super washed up now for a month, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Yo,
Hey.
yo.
Yeah, doing fine. Yeah. See, I put on my white shirt.
Hey, SSP, my guess earlier was correct. It's alphabetical. Me, our caster caps are in the correct position. Fantastic stuff. Ladies and gentlemen of Twitch chat, you are here just in time for the start of the November Nova Cup finals. And joining me on the panel today, we've got a couple of returning faces. We've got none other than my twin, the beautiful SSP, over there in the top right. And as soon as he gets his camera sorted, we have the amazing, the irreplaceable, it's Widderson, the first time on the casting panel. Very nice to have you here, dude.
Yo, hello. Nice that I can be here today.
Yeah, I mean, normally you're in the player's chair rather than the caster's chair, so kind of a rare treat for myself and the viewers to have you here with us instead. Unfortunate for yourself that you didn't get to play, of course.
Yeah, but I'm still looking really forward to spectating and commentating the games. I hope we are gonna have a lot of good games today.
We should have some really nice ones. Any advance on that camera, Widderson?
Yeah, I'm surprised that it doesn't work right now, but I think I can fix it.
Cool. All right, we won't worry about that for now. So our first game of the day, I think we're going to cast Ask Chat, I Don't Know. There's a couple of players there that we haven't had on the stream so far ever, I think. I don't think Mr. Buzz and Piney have ever been casted during a Nova Cup tournament, so that's why I really wanted to get those guys on the stream today, and they will be playing against Green Spirit and Kid K, who we saw play really well yesterday against Lucy and Drakir. So I think this should be a pretty hype matchup.
Yeah, exactly. And I also think that Mr. Buzz went missing for quite some time this year, so it's good to see him back in good shape and perform as good at this competition.
Yeah, definitely. And SSP, talking about going missing, I think you were missing from the scene for a few months there as well, my friend.
Yes. Unfortunately, I had, fortunately, actually, for my real life stuff, I had lots of events going on in real life about a house, etc. And we had to move and many things, so I couldn't play for 4 to 5 months this year. But I'm super happy now to be back again in the scene and hope to be good again for the next year season.
Well, Widderson, I see your camera on now. It seems to have about 4 pixels, so maybe a bit of a connection thing going on, but I can see you're looking very smart today. You've done your hair specially, you've got your shirt on. Wow, at least one of us has made the effort. Me and SSP are wearing kind of matching turtlenecks just to go with the whole twin vibe thing, so it's a pretty handsome panel, though I say so myself.
But Widderson is too good looking to be our twin, our third twin. So.
We're the ugly stepsisters, and he's Cinderella down there in the middle.
Scofftroll is missing though. Scofftroll, man, I was so surprised when I saw him in your cast. Such a handsome guy.
Such a handsome guy, 100%. I need to stop getting attractive panelists on with me, you know? It kind of makes me look bad by comparison. I should get some real oggos to come and cast with me instead. Green Spirit, maybe, if you're around. All right, guys, let me check if we have a lobby available.
I'm in custom games and there is still no room, it seems.
So we've got a few minutes left yet, so let me just hassle some of the players. All right, guys, do you have any favourites for the first game today? If you have to make a call between Mr. Buzz and Piney versus Kid K and Green?
I think I will go for Green Spirit and Kid K as my favorites, but it's gonna be close games.
Yeah, I would probably agree with you on that one. I think they might have a bit of an edge, but you certainly can't count out Piney. He's a very highly skilled player. I think he's peaked around, I don't know if he's hit 3k, but he's certainly been very close to 3k. He's been hovering in the top 10 pretty much permanently for the last few weeks. And Mr. Buzz, I mean, Mr. Buzz is a great player as well. Like you say, he's been out of the scene for a few months, but he certainly can fight with the big boys when he wants to. So let's see if these guys can put on a show for us today. I do think Green and Kid have a bit of an edge, but I think it should be a pretty close game, like a 40-60 maybe. I certainly hope we get to see 3 games.
I'm also considering Green Spirit and Kid K not even close favorites. I think they are pretty big favorites because they knocked out Drachia and Lucy yesterday, which maybe were the biggest favorites to win the whole thing today.
Yep.
And Green Spirit has been popping off really hard yesterday. He's had a flawless performance yesterday. And I can't really see Piney and Mr. Buzz giving them a good competition for that, but maybe they will surprise me.
Yeah, that's reasonable. That's a reasonable take. And like you say, Green Spirit has just been playing extremely well lately, not just in the tournaments, but on the ladder as well. Like, I don't know what happened to him. He must have, must have been something that he ate or something, because all of a sudden he just shot up the ladder, hit his 3K plus peak. He's ranked 3 in the world right now, and he's just been playing extremely well. And like you say, his games yesterday were just flawless. The guy played super well. Some of those splits he had with his Phoenix build in the second game were just incredible. Like, his lane was absolutely unbreakable. I guess if he pulls out a performance like that again today, it should be a pretty clear 2-0. But it's Legion, anything can happen. So we might be in for a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, we have a lobby open, by the way, Mr. Widderson.
Yes, we are still missing for Buzz, who is not in the lobby, and then we are good to go.
So we're waiting for Buzz, and of course, the caster of the hour. So it's a really nice surprise, actually, to get Widderson on the cast. I did drop a couple of hints that we would have a special guest, so for anybody who was wondering who that might be, well, surprise is over, because here he is. But obviously you've been playing pretty much every Nova Cup so far this year. Did you miss any yet?
I'm not sure, maybe January or something, but I played almost everyone, if not every of them, yeah.
Every other cup. And like I say in this caster bio, you've won 4 of them, which is pretty good. You've won 4 out of 10, and maybe if you only played 9, 4 out of 9, which is just incredible, really. And SSP, you won 1 as well. So
yes,
I've got a couple of champions here on the stream today.
And back when I was good in the game, which is not the case anymore.
I mean, you got carried by Aviator, right?
Yeah, of course. But who isn't carried by Aviator? Except Widderson.
Well, Julian, apparently.
Yeah. I heard there was quite a lot of upsets yesterday, so that makes the things even more exciting for today.
Yeah, yesterday was a real surprise day, actually. Like, if you look at round 1, all of the top 8 seeds won their games, so kind of business as usual, what you would expect. And then in round 2, seed 1, 2, 3, and 4 were all knocked out of the tournament, with 5, 6, 7, and 8 making it through to day 2. So a bit of a surprise ending to the day yesterday. And I just think we're going to have some really nice games today. And whatever happens, the winner of the November Cup will not be a repeat winner, because we don't have any previous winners left in the tournament. So it has to be a new surprise winner, which is just great. I think that's really good for the scene.
For sure, yeah. And we can't keep that out of our minds. It's pretty impressive that Mr. Buzz and Piney won 2-0 against Bernd Das Brot and Aviator, who have been in the final, the last cup. So maybe they are completely surprising me today and keep their strong performance up.
Yeah, I would love to think so. I really think they've got a good chance. And yeah, like you say, so Quacker and Slickins, they knocked out King Dans yesterday. That might have been the biggest surprise upset of the day yesterday. So really excited to see how they perform against Bonnie and Adams. Again, that's one of your previous partners, by the way, Widderson. So I'm sure you're rooting for Bonnie and Adams there in the other semi-final. I do probably expect those guys to make it through to the final, so I expect that we'll be watching the winner of this match up against Bonnie and Adams in the grand final. But, I mean, if you asked me yesterday, I would have said that King Dan's is probably going to beat Quacker and Slickins as well. So
Yeah.
I just don't know. I can't call
Yeah.
it.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
It looks like we have a full lobby as well, so we should be able to get into the game pretty quickly. All the players are ready. And this, I tell you one thing for sure, guys. No matter what happens, we're going to have some excellent games on the stream today.
Undoubtedly.
Very
And
much.
excellent casting, of course.
I mean, on National Arm. Okay, ladies and gentlemen of Twitch chat, here we go. Game number 1 of the November Nova Cup semi-finals is underway. We have FC Lucy Drash on the left versus Ask Chat I Don't Know on the right. Game number 1, here we go. Alright guys. Interesting matchup. Slightly slow loading times after the exciting announcement there.
Curious to see what priorities they have in their mastermind options.
There's a YOLO from Buzz, a double cash out. Let me just tweak my scoreboard. If you guys don't mind talking about the intros and the Legion spells, I need to alternate the teams on the scoreboard.
Only Green Spirit hasn't decided yet, and he goes for the
It's going
cartel.
cartel.
Yeah. So we see four early options with a lot of income or a lot of gold for the early game.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Buzz's YOLO role is like not this ugly. I think we have seen worse, but I don't think it's excellent. His early game is a bit but not the best. He has maybe Nightmare, the Bucklers to tank, but I feel like he misses something to be able to snowball really hard.
He has no tier 1 for starters. I wonder if he just decides to go for a wave 1 reroll to try and get some more early game. His roll's not terrible though. Like, he has got that buckler at least, so he has one cheap unit, and he certainly has top end as well with the LOD.
Yeah, but he just needs an extra attention to his gold management, not to be ending up with the 49 gold and being completely messed in one wave.
Oh, we have double matching openers here, by the way, from Kid K and Piney. Both playing cash out, both with the Bone Crusher start, so very nice, aggressive early game there. And we see King Ups all around, so no surprise snails or anything like that.
And probably 6 walkers out of Kid K or Piney, or both.
Let's see. This might be the first deciding moment of the game where the one player goes 6 and the other doesn't. And Piney straight to 6 workers there, and Kid K does not. They're playing it a little bit safer.
Yeah, Piney can build the gargoyle here and still be okay on wave 2.
I think it does leak to a snail though, so it's going to be a bit of a question. Actually, Green Spirit staying on 3 workers there. Going for the rat, so he won't get that snail in time, even if he wanted to.
I think you don't want to snail anyway in that case, even if he leaks small. If he's already on 6 workers, you know Kid K is gonna have troubles on wave 3.
Yeah. And with Piney's roll, he can just very easily go 7 workers if he gets a snail onto and just add another Green Devil, right? But one thing to say is that Piney did send the snail and Kid K did not go 6 workers, so that's an easy hold for him. And like you were saying, there's no pressure against him now, so he can quite comfortably push 6 workers of his own.
I want to talk about Green Spirit's opener a little bit. I think the Priestess with the red on wave 2 is a very good opener. You can push 5 workers afterwards and still send the red away on wave 2 and on wave 3. So that gives you a lot of extra lithium in the early game.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing as well.
Yeah.
He would leak to a 60 cent though, right? Like if Mr. Buzz did a lizard snail here, he should leak pretty badly.
Yeah, if he goes for the 60s, then it definitely leaks. I had that build earlier and I got just a DT, and it was super close of leaking like 40-50%.
Yeah, Priestess with the recent nerf, not quite the early game monstrosity that she was in the previous patch. Mr. Buzz with a 60
it's
send
very
here.
strong, I think.
I think he should leak really badly. The Lizard goes straight onto the Nightmare there. So his main DPS source dies pretty quickly. The Infiltrator still clears the entire split, but does now go down.
Yeah.
That's 47% there for Buzz.
Yeah, and we get the first leak of the game, but at the same time, it gives him some more time to send an even bigger send, maybe on the Priestess.
He has rerolled, by the way, on Mr. Buzz. I don't know if he's changed any units, though.
No. Maybe the Warg? I don't remember, but I don't think he changed anything.
He might still be in the middle of choosing his units, maybe, as well.
Yeah, true.
Alright, Kid K 7 workers, Piney 6 workers. Piney just income sending every wave so far, by the way. So Kid K having a pretty easy game over here in lane number 3. Let's see if he can push that advantage to the max.
And I think Green Spirit rerolled too. Now he had Avenger and the Steed in addition to the Harpy, so...
Should have a look towards Piney here. He's gonna receive the 100 cent, right?
Yeah, it's quite a lot.
Piney
But
gets 100%,
the Dun
and
is
that
gonna
Dino-
shred the...
Yeah, I mean, there's not many chickens. There's only 3 chickens behind it, but the 3 Fire Archers make short work of the Dino. All of that magic damage, able to bring it down really quickly. That's really nice positioning there from Piney, actually.
Yeah, that's really good, looking good. Also, Kid K's lane is looking really good. He's 90 under value here. He gets a DT, and he's still holding that send due to perfect split focus and his good early game units.
Yeah, the tanking value of the Crusher is insane early, and in addition to the Sea Dragon,
it's just
you
invincible,
get
right?
many
It
crazy
just never
things.
dies.
Yeah, exactly. Even on wave 5, it's super strong.
Meanwhile, in Piney's lane, he gets the 100 send and he leaks only 3 chickens. I think he's very happy with that result. Oh, but look at this. We've got the imp send on 5 from Kid K.
Yeah.
Mr. Buzz, what is your answer to this?
That's nasty.
Unfortunately for
Now
Mr. Buzz, his answer is several bucklers and the imps are just going to rip them apart.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
no.
what could he do better here?
It's a rough one. Maybe just... Oh, he has rolled away his Infiltrator. So we see he swapped his Infiltrator out for a Berserker and a Priestess.
And he has a Priestess now as well.
Yeah, he traded his LOD for a Banana Bunk as well.
Yeah, but the sand is really big. Wait, the Filtrator moved to the Snail and not to the Split?
Huh?
Yes, that's weird.
Well, it has the
Weird
ranged
stuff.
shurikens, which it shot all into the boss.
Can
He
we
was
get
able
that?
to at least kill the Scorpion King quickly, but not really much else. That's 62%
Not a
there for
horrible-
Buzz.
Piney! Oh, Piney is
Piney?
leaking too to the resend, the double resend.
Yeah, it's not quite enough. He's very close to holding, but not quite. And that means we're going to see some pretty decent king damage here on wave 5.
Yeah, 1 imp, lots of scorpions. Basilisk's twice already, and quite a lot for the early game, so it's gonna fall behind now. You can see the walkers. He's staying at 6 now only. Meanwhile, Green Spirit and Kid K are at 8 already.
All depending on how good the big wave 7 send works for them now. The problem I see is that I'm not sure about Green's decision here to go for the Pegasus is correct. I think you just always expect a Mimic on wave 7 in that spot, and we just...
But what can he build against it, though? Look at his roll. He has nothing.
I think we go Alpha Male in that case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can Alpha Male next wave anyway, I think. He has enough gold for that. Right.
Yeah,
and
probably.
Green and Kid, they are starting to fall into the income king trap, so they're sending their income units again here on 6, and that just gives Piney and Buzz a free push into what is presumably going to be a massive wave 7 send. Yeah, here it comes.
Yeah, we see the Mimic already.
Exactly like you said.
Yeah, Piney is aiming for the Ogre maybe here.
I think Piney's going to go for a Pro League here, but honestly, that's just really good for them.
Yeah, it's gonna be... can you get the
Zero
third one?
more.
Okay,
Unfortunate.
that was close. So
A bit
50%,
unfortunate.
but still, it's just more time, and Piney, he's even going to be able to send an Ogre in income if he wants to.
Yeah.
There it is. There's the big yellow boy.
Oh.
We see a Mimic and an Ogre. Kid K and Green, how do you deal with this?
Yeah.
Oh, Kid K, he goes for the double hardened Mudman. That would have been fantastic against the Mimic, but he's getting the Ogre.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, green. Okay, Green Spirit has rerolled. He's got Sky Queen. He places one of those down, so he's going to have some decent damage at least.
I'm just gonna say it, okay? You look like a weeb.
It's gonna be an interesting game. They will tank some good amount of damage. After that, the East team have a good 10 angle, I think, and then we might just end up seeing 10-13 after this wave. But let's see how this wave goes.
This is pretty important now. Green and Kid, how can you do against these Sens? They are pretty huge. And it looks actually like Kid K is doing very well. The Disciples now 1v1 against the Ogre. The Mudman staying alive against the Split forever. It does go down.
And this small blob surviving here.
And
that's
Spirit
still a
needs
lot of damage to
60%
the king,
as
I
well.
think.
There's only 5 wave creeps, but the Mimic and the Ogre are going to do a ton of damage to the king before they go down.
I like Green Spirit's decision here to go for the Sky Queen instead of the Alpha Male. I think best case scenario would have been to have Alpha Male and the Sky Queen, but here the Sky Queen was good just to make sure you kill most of the stuff besides the Mimic.
Yeah, it worked, right? He only leaked the Mimic plus 2 creeps. I think he's pretty happy with that decision. And if you look at the King HP, then that was a big save, a big power send from Piney and Buzz, and they're only down to 60%, so it's not exactly a crushing blow dealt there on Wave 7. And if we look at the economy situation, Green and Kid seem to be pretty far ahead, actually. They have a decent worker lead, they have a really big income lead.
Yeah, I already can see Mr. Buzz falling behind because, yeah, he has right now the lowest workers. He's overbuilding a little bit. That might make him hold better on wave 10 if the Sens are coming there. But I already dislike what he's building on his board. I don't think you go Nightmare with 2 elite archers.
Yeah. So maybe that YOLO roll coming back to bite him here. Like SSP was saying at the start of the game, he didn't really have a perfect curve to build with, and is starting to pay the price already. Alright, Green Spirit goes for the Avenger here on wave 9, so it looks like he's building against 10 already.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Buzz looks like he's building against a wave 9 send, but it's not coming here.
Yeah, and given his income, he's not gonna have enough to get the doppel. Maybe just the Trinity Archer, but it's definitely not gonna be enough.
He has got good tanks, though. He's got a lot of bucklers and a Royal Guard there to tank the boss for quite a long time.
Yeah, and his value is actually pretty high. He's even overvalued by plus 20 at the moment.
Well, here comes the 10 send from Piney, at least. We have an Ogre going into Kid K's lane. And Mr. Buzz, what do you want to send? There's another Mimic for green.
Just a Mimic and the Lizard.
Here's the matching power send from Green Spirit and Kid K. If I look at the builds, though, I think Kid K and Green have both got really solid Wave 10 builds. And probably I expect Green Spirit to hold. Kid K, he's got a chance. He's not amazing, but he has a chance to hold. Meanwhile, Piney and Mr. Buzz, I'm pretty sure they're both going to leak here. Although Piney does whip out the
double Berserker here. Yeah.
The rest of his units are really bad on 10, though.
It's a little sad to see that right now, because Mr. Buzz having that Berserker option would really change a lot if he reads the 10 cent correctly and goes for a Fatalizer on 10, because it's very hard to leak that on 10. And now, the
Ogre even lives as well. That's so unlucky for Buzz.
He has just damage units on his board. No tank units.
But Green Spirit gets shut down. That's 25% for him, 25 gold there. Kid K at least does hold.
It's better than nothing, but yeah, those bots are still very high HP.
Look at this king damage, though.
It's actually even... it's gonna be super close.
Wow. 13% king HP remaining for Piney and Mr. Buzz. These guys really on the back foot now. They can't afford another mistake like that one. They go for an overwork.
It looks like they are trying for the all-in 12, it seems.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Really low value, though. 13.95 on Piney, 14.45 on Buzz.
that
Yeah.
dead to no send angle?
I think they hold no send, right? With the bucklers and the priestess.
I don't know.
Depends on this guy, on this
Yeah, but-
beautiful
Yeah.
blue lady.
Yeah, but Piney, can he hold no sand? I mean, the two berserkers are like useless here. He has a bunk, Millennium, but yeah, that's all for the wave 11, which is not very strong.
Even that play is not gonna work. They're gonna see they went for the overwork play, and Kid K stayed on value. He has the options of hardening
Yeah.
next wave.
Yeah,
The game is over.
yeah. Even Green Spirits has like lots of lions that are good on 12, so it's gonna be tough.
There's the ogre from Piney. There's the imps to go with. Yeah, they can definitely see that they're really low value here. Green Spirit and Kid K, I do expect them to send. But...
Income here? No, they don't.
They save, okay. Well, they might be in
Okay.
trouble.
Protector on the Priestess?
Protector
Azaria,
Priestess
I mean.
is just insanely high value.
Yes, that's super. Not as strong as Divine Blessing, but still very good.
Yep. I wonder if Kid K hardens his Mudmen here. Oh,
Yeah, he should.
I think he should, or at least they should do some king ups, just to
Yeah.
make sure nothing goes wrong here.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not doing either of those things. This could be an
Yeah.
undercut here from Piney and Buzz.
Maybe they don't see it.
Maybe they think they're strong enough, but the sends are pretty massive. There's 380 for green, there's 400 for
Yeah.
Kid K.
Yeah, the Lioness here is taken down already.
The split is living for a very long time though, so that's something. And this ogre's
Yeah.
getting sniped now. That is dead already. Well, I
Yeah,
said
but
already.
Green Spirit is actually holding, or just licking the 4 eyes.
Oh yeah, the Protector's
It's
area
just
is
easier.
just
It's just
so
holding.
strong.
Yeah.
Oh, does it die?
Even Lil-
It lives!
Nice.
It lives, so Green will be
Yeah.
able to fully cover his
Really
teammate's
good.
leak as well. That's so clutch.
Yeah, even the leak to Kid K is like minimal, so
Yeah. And now these guys just have a massive advantage in the game. Look at the workers,
it's
21 and 20 for Green and Kid K. It was a long wave 12, while Piney and Buzz had the downside of overwork. And they just have so much Mythium stored up. There's 450 plus already for both Green and Kid K. They can just send whenever they want at this point. They're not under any pressure. Widderson, when would you be looking to send if you were sending into Piney and Mr. Buzz here?
I think you can just end it on any next send. I probably, since there is Azaria on Mr. Buzz, you probably wouldn't like to go 15.
Yeah.
16 sounds a bit too long, so
Probably 14?
I can assume it's just 14, yeah.
Piney does have the Doomsday though, so he's not terrible there. But the send is just going to be so massive.
well, yeah, he can just send Ghost Knights to deal with the Doomsday, and this is it.
Yeah.
And yeah, for Mr. Buzz, yeah, unfortunately he doesn't have any good tank for the archers on 14 as well.
I mean, he would have leaked here to any kind of send. He's nearly leaking to no
Yeah.
send.
Yeah. Ogres
comes-
everywhere.
Here comes
Lots
the
of-
send from Green and Kid K. That's a lot of
Yeah.
ogres. That's a lot of ogres.
You know, this is an upgraded version of Brutes on 7, you know?
Yeah.
It's interesting he decided, Green Spirit decided to not go for the double Ghost Knight. I think that's because of the 2 Berserkers on the left side. And I think it's probably a good decision.
Yeah.
Also, it doesn't really matter what he sends here. He's 600 under. It would be
Yeah.
insane if there's a hold.
Sends are just absolutely massive. 760 for Piney, 740 for Buzz. A lot of ogres to deal with. I think this is just game over.
Yeah.
This ogre dies very quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
But
not
still,
enough.
it's just way too big. And
Buzz
yeah, we
leaks
got the first game here.
136%. Piney does slightly better. Oh, Mr. Buzz just
Oh.
quit the game.
Yes, I see game paused by Mr. Buzz.
Yeah. Okay, game on paused by Piney.
Is it a rage quit?
A rage quit, maybe.
Yeah.
It might just be unfortunate timing on the disconnect. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, also. Let's not.
Game number 1 goes in favour of Green Spirit and Kid K. Well played, those guys.
Yeah, well, I think they just made no mistakes and took a very good early advantage.
Yeah.
With the leaks on Buzz on 3 and 5.
Yeah, very, very clean game by them. They had very good early game builds, they didn't do any mistakes, and they decided to have the right calls. They were not panicking on wave 12, for example. Yeah, just much cleaner than their opponents played in that game.
If you look at the graph, they were pretty much in the lead the entire game, so just nice and controlled from start to finish. If we look through some of the lanes, there was a pretty bad leak on 3 for Mr. Buzz, and then Piney did really well, to be fair, against the 100 send on 4. But then the wave 5, like the leak there, 62% on Buzz, Piney not holding his resend, they just lose 30% King HP already on wave 5,
Yeah.
bit more chip damage on 6. Now, there was a big send there on 7, it did do a lot of damage against Green and Kid K, but as soon as that happened, they just are able to push super hard. They have a massive income lead, a massive worker lead, and they can pretty much just do whatever they want to at this point. A lot of king damage on 10, and then straight into the wave 14 win. So nice game there by Green and Kid K. Pretty clean.
Yeah, I kinda like Kid K plays, not to be too aggressive with the Bone Crusher as most people usually do.
Yep.
Staying 5, 6 walkers instead of grading to 6 and 7, and having also like super slow wave killers. Warg is attacking slowly. Bone Crusher is like not good to kill units. It's just a tank, so it makes the wave being super slow, and it enables him to resend the imps on 5 despite that send on 3.
Yeah. So like you say, even though it's not the strongest build to be able to hold a send, and we saw that with how weak he was on wave 7, but it gives you really long waves while you have really good worker push, especially for the first 5 or 6 waves. And he really capitalized on that. Like Kid K, he knows how to push, he knows what to do with his Mythium, and yeah, Mr. Buzz and Piney were just on the back foot from pretty early on in this game, it felt like.
I don't think, just looking at this game, I don't think Mr. Buzz should pick YOLO. It was looking a bit clueless the way that he was building his units in that game. He can't build only damage units. You don't start Nightmare and transition into something like Archers and Pota later on. You have to have a clear plan in front of the game. What are you gonna do in that game?
Yeah, I would expect
I agree.
he's most likely to switch it up in game 2, I would think. I would be surprised if he takes the YOLO again now. Like, he was a bit burnt in that game. His role was certainly suboptimal, and I think he can probably give us a better showing if he chooses a different mastermind option in game 2. Yeah, good test game there from Mr. Buzz in the chat.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe he's gonna pick YOLO again and have a super broken roll. And he used the bad karma, for this one.
Yeah. He's gonna shut us all up.
I mean, we need them to shut us up because we want a game 3 as well. So Mr. Buzz and Piney, they're going to have to get their act together now in game 2 so that we can tie the series, I think.
Yeah. Are we ready? I am ready, personally.
Yeah, I think we're ready.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, game number 2 should be kicking off any second, guys. They're pretty fast-paced. Now,
Did the game start yet? Or maybe they are waiting for Widderson to say ready?
Oh, maybe. I'll just say ready then. Okay.
No, here we go.
Oh, never mind.
Game number 2 of the Nova semi-final is beginning now. There is a 1-0 advantage for the side of Green Spirit and Kid K. Mr. Buzz and Piney need to win this game to keep their tournament dreams alive. And we see an immediate Fiesta snap pick there from Piney. Absolutely big balls play there from the man.
Fiesta Cartel. I kind of like this combo, I think. With the Cartel, you already have a good gold advantage with the extra income. And with the Fiesta, you get some gold from your mate's leaks. So I kind of like this combo, to be honest.
Oh, Green Spirit's role is such a beauty. He has either Nightmare or Angler with Butcher and APS. He has the Fire Lord. And there's Villain as well. Holy. And the reds for the early game.
There is
Oh.
too many good stuff actually to pick
Yeah.
everything.
Too good.
He's
Yeah,
got a
and-
really nice option there. And Piney with the Fiesta, he doesn't really have a good Fiesta opener, so that's a bit unfortunate
Yeah,
there for
he has
him.
Consort. Consort
Yeah.
is nice.
No, that's Mr. Buzz, right? He's playing Cartel.
Oh yes. No, my bad.
But you're right, I really like the Cartel and Fiesta pairing. I think Cartel with the bonus income in the early game just does super, super well with Fiesta, who wants to leak and have a lot of long waves in the early game. I think it's a really, really solid mastermind pairing there. So let's see if these guys can make it work. Unfortunately, oh, Piney, he uses his reroll on wave 1. He gets the Atom there, but still goes for a veteran
Yeah.
Pee-wee.
Yeah, items plus 1 proton is very decent. It's a good cheap unit for early game. Atoms are decent till wave
Yeah.
6.
I don't like
yeah.
the veteran Pee-wee opener. I think this is a
No.
really bad one. Like, it guarantees the Fiesta, but then you just
At what
have
cost?
a veteran and a Pee-wee for the rest of the game, and it's really difficult to build around that. Whereas with the Atom and the Proton, well, that's just a normal build that you happen to underbuild for the first few waves.
Yeah, exactly. Because like this, like KitKat doesn't even need to do like big sense to let's say shut down the Fiesta abuse.
Yeah.
He just can spam the snails, and Piney cannot grid. He's just gonna be super weak early game.
Yeah. This is going to be a lot of extra stacks for Mr. Buzz's Angler, though, so there is a silver lining to the cloud. Alright, here come the snail resends from everybody, apart from Piney, who is saving his Mythium there. Oh, is he going for a post-income DT? I think he might.
Maybe?
Or does he get it in time? I think it's really close. It's so close as to whether he gets that DT or not. It's going to be within a second or two.
Could be a good catch. Oh,
there it
yes.
is. There it is, okay. But
Yeah.
Green did full build here. He's on 195 value.
Yeah, but he's just an
Angler's
angler and the rat. So
tanking.
is it gonna be enough?
See
to
how
hold?
quickly
I
this
don't
DT goes down. It is now dead, so he should
Nah.
be doing okay. Let's go have a quick look at Piney's lane with the double snail into the veteran and Pee-wee build. He leaks 74% there. Mr. Buzz is holding his own lane, so that's pretty clutch. Green Spirit leaks 42% to the post-income DT. Okay, I mean, it's fine.
it's
It's
okay.
damage. But more to the point, it forced him off of his build, right? Like, he wanted to go for the Fire Lord on 3, but now he's going to have to postpone that to a bit later.
He can still get it. He still has enough gold. But yeah, we have been saying he did a lot of good plays earlier, but I don't like the opener in that case by Green Spirit. He put himself behind really hard by staying 4 workers up until now.
Yeah.
And especially in a Fiesta game, that matters even more because early workers just give you a bigger advantage in longer waves.
Yeah, all of the waves are really long, and he's on 4 workers while Piney's on 6 and Buzz is on 5. The one saving grace is that Kid K does have 7 workers there, so he's keeping the aggression alive for the team, really.
I also find it a bit weird that he chose to pick anglers despite having the nightmare as his main pierce damage.
Yeah.
Don't know what you think about it, but doesn't seem to the best for building.
Yeah, I agree. I also,
It's tricky. I
in
can see
general,
why it's
I don't
tricky.
like picking anglers with cash out, because I think cash out is all about being as aggressive as you can for the first 5 waves. And
Yes.
if you're playing anglers, then, well, that's the opposite of that, right? So, but he's caught up in workers now.
Always go angler.
You always go angler, yeah.
Always go angler.
But at the same time, he said for walkers, but Mr. Buzz now he's quite overvalued and stuck at 5, despite being cartel.
Yeah. So that's because he wanted
Because he
to
wanted the
upgrade
bounty
his
hunter.
bounty hunter here, right? So
Yes.
it was maxed out on stacks, and he doesn't want to lose the wave 4 stack, so he upgrades, and it does give him a hold here as well. So I think it's a fine play. He's able to start pushing now. And more to the point,
Beautiful
with his
focus
Fiesta
by Ken.
teammate here, chances are he needs to be able to hold. But no, it looks like Piney's doing very well.
This one is a nice pro leak. This
That's
one is a nice pro
perfect
leak.
Fiesta. He gets the 80 send, he leaks 3 creeps. I think he's very
Yeah.
happy with that as the Fiesta player.
Yeah, and he's 8 walkers. Almost matching KK, who is already at 9. No reset on Kid K. That could have been so huge because he cannot afford the second flower.
Oh, I love to see the shift by Mr. Buzz here. I really love it. If he gets that early Kingpin out, that's just so huge.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the
Yeah,
gold
that's-
for a Kingpin though, right? I think he's shifting for an Orchid. There's no way he gets a Kingpin.
Yeah. Probably not.
Maybe,
Unless
maybe
there's,
with an
like, a
income
big
send
Thank you.
and selling
an
like
income
a Peewee or 2.
Yeah. Maybe
I-
that will happen.
Or at worst, he can like sell Peewees if he really needs.
Yeah.
The worst case.
Yeah.
This is a professional atom builder, man. Penny's build is looking really nice with the Fiesta.
That's just so solid as well. 44% there to a brute resend. Tiny's just doing really, really well here as the Fiesta player.
Yeah.
Let's see, does he go income and go for the Kingpin for the power spike? Or do they want to go Big 7? I can also understand Big 7 against the Fire Lord.
I mean, he can afford the Orchid. Oh no, they go for a wave 6 send.
Just
Ooh.
Mimic on 6, 5 head.
Nice.
Okay, who needs Mimic on 7 when you can send it on 6?
He's 1
Yeah.
gold short when he sells 1 PV.
Yeah, he's gonna have
Oh
to sell
no,
2.
this is unfortunate.
He goes for a
Okay, he goes for the Butcher instead.
I don't like that though. I really don't like that.
It's fine.
No, he's.
Okay, he goes
he
Orchid.
goes for the Orchid.
The Orchid is
Green is not
better.
sure what to do. Green is placing a Graal, selling a Graal, placing a Graal.
Yeah. Maybe he
Oh.
it's already not going for income instead of imps.
Okay, the Mimic goes right, so the Graal will tank that for a while, and the Fire Lord is going to absolutely destroy the left side of the wave. So he
Yeah.
should be doing okay at least. He's going to kill
Yeah.
minimum 4 Roccos. Depends if this Fire Lord attacks a Rocco now or the
Yeah,
Mimic.
but Kid K
does go
is
for
Kid K is
Rocco.
looking decently here.
KK is leaking quite a lot. He's not going to kill that last one,
Can he
or
get
is
the
he?
last
He
one?
is!
Oh,
okay.
he got it. Oh,
All right.
Yeah,
But 52% on green, 45% on Kid K, and more to the point, a
Yeah.
Mimic reaching the king on wave 6 is just absolutely deadly. This is going to do a ton
Yeah.
of damage.
yeah, exactly. But at the same time, you see Kid K. He's quite good on 7 with the Deep Coiler and the cat, so he can push quite a lot. He's already sitting at 11.
Oh, here comes the counterplay from green and Kid K.
Yeah,
Pretty big sends of
counter
their own.
mimic.
You send me a Mimic, I send you a Mimic.
Yeah, and the brutes on 7. The
Yeah.
good old friends.
Name a more iconic duo. Oh, but Mr. Buzz!
Oh, nice.
He gets the banana bump. It's just the perfect answer to the Mimic sender.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah,
And Piney is about to Pro League again. He has 2 Daphnes, so he's gonna kill a lot of units
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
yeah.
3 brutes is a lot of damage. It is going to clear through his tanks pretty quickly.
Even the Wanderer, I think we didn't speak about it, but I think it's a still very good unit for delaying the split in early game.
Yeah. Alright, those brutes are really making quick work of the veteran and all of the Peewees in Piney's lane.
Yeah.
But those Daphnes,
sadly
like you say,
the
Widderson,
Atom
they're just
died.
melting the wave.
Yeah, I think sadly the Atom died slightly too early.
Oh, Mimic is getting sniped there in Buzz's lane. He's
He's
just
dead.
holding.
Nice, good game, Buzz.
Yeah, that bunk was just perfect for Mr. Buzz. Gives him a perfect hold. And even Piney's leak there, 61%, is completely fine. That's just a good fiesta for him, really.
Yeah,
Look at this
And-
Bounty Hunter, by the way, now on 134 stats, now on 135. It won't get any more, but pretty solid stat gain there for Buzz, who has 935 value on 7. That's pretty
this
good
is
going.
insane.
Please full
Yeah, that's
push now,
insane.
Mr. Buzz. Please full push and don't go for the Bounty Hunter. Push!
Oh
He goes
no!
for the Bounty Hunter.
Oh no!
Oh, you don't need it.
Uh,
No.
this
What
is
do you
not the
mean?
Buzz we are used to.
He has to be on 1,000 value for wave 8, Widderson. Of course he does.
No.
He only has a banana bump.
Yeah, but at this point, you can just full push, get the first kingpin to full, and deal with the second one later.
There is
Because
a
he's already good
resend
on-
against Green Spirit and Kid K. Green is pretty low value. I guess it's really important as to whether this Fire Lord dies quickly or not. Have a look at this. It is full tanking the left side, but doing quite well so far. But no, it is going to die. I think that's going to be a leak on Green.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty big one.
Yeah, it is. And not even a particularly small one. This was only snails that he received. 67%
Oh,
leak there for
that
Green.
last one died.
Now, Kid K does hold, of course.
Yeah, but at what
here,
cost?
Mr. Bus can push again. He gets the kingpin out. He has more than 300 gold next wave.
Yeah.
He's put
Yeah.
one work at least. He has
He's getting the
cartel,
income
so
send from
staying
Green.
that low workers, that just puts him behind after that.
Yeah, he has the lowest income tied with Green Spirit and his
Yeah.
cartel.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Plus 200,
Yeah.
let's see. Oh, he pushes.
Okay, he pushed
well.
one.
He pushed
Just
one.
realized it a bit too late.
Yeah, but
Okay, but Buzz is
Yeah, the
obviously going to hold here. He's got quite some value here for wave 9.
yeah. He even have enough value for wave 10 and 11.
This is the value that Widderson would have on wave 12. Never mind wave 9.
Yeah. But the problem is, by playing this passive, Kike has absolutely no pressure and he's
Yeah.
topping the score and
Yeah.
maybe enable Green Spirit to come back in the game.
And Piney got his death cap out here, so the Ogre not the perfect send against that. It looks like it is breaking through, but not before Piney clears almost the entire wave. So is this just going to be another Pro League Fiesta for him? It looks like yes.
Pro League, it's a bit too much to be a Pro League.
76%, but of course Mr. Buzz
Yeah.
holds, and he's going to be able
But
to cover all of that in the middle as well.
Bit unlucky, he was focusing 4 different units there.
Yes.
That's still
Yeah.
no problem.
Well, that's Daphne's for you, right? I don't know if you guys in the Twitch chat know about this, but Daphne's are actually hard-coded to never attack the same target as each other.
Okay, now Mr. Buzz is pushing.
Green
Finally.
Spirit gets his doppelganger out here, wave 10, and there is villain as well, so really solid pairing there with a lifesteal doppelganger and the villain buff. He's going to have a pretty solid late game, I think.
And now there's a really important spot in the game where you have to take the correct decision. There's a lot of Mythium on Mr. Buzz and Piney. There are offensive spells as well, but you also see Green Spirit having very strong units. You have Villain for the Doppelganger, which is a super strong spell for
Yeah.
defending large sends.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm curious to see what's gonna happen if they're gonna skip and maybe straight 13. Let's see.
That's definitely a good option now that they just income here, Green Spirit and Kid K.
Oh, good
Buzz and
skip.
Piney, they
Good
continue
skip.
to save.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Look at Mr. Buzz's income, though. He's 94 income. He has half the income of Green Spirit and Kid K. Holy moly.
Even fewer than half. Almost on your third.
Yeah. This is really becoming all-in territory now for Mr. Buzz and Piney.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
Yeah.
Comparing 247 to 94 income.
Yeah. And there's the Santa Claus head chef in Green Spirit's lane, looking pretty slick. And of course he has the villain doppelganger as well, so he's just looking very strong in that lane.
Yeah, and that's the Blizzard army.
Oh.
Is it an all-in 12 again? I would never go 12 with a villain doppelganger and lifesteal.
It's so hard, but when can you go? Like on 13 he has the Phoenix, and the villain is really good value on 13 as well. Kid K has death cap potential for 12. I just think this is...
Doomsday with villain for 13, so yeah, it's quite a tough situation at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a ton of Mythium, they have nearly 500 each already.
Yeah, but they cannot save
think
long
you just-
with Mr. Buzz income.
Well, they can
Thing in-
save at least one more.
Yeah, there's the rule, right? If you gotta send, you can't send next wave.
Yeah.
But I think in
Absolutely.
that spot it's just good to go 13 because it is the strongest of the waves and you also have the most lizards on that wave.
Yes.
There's going to be a villain Doomsday in Kid K's lane. Green Spirit. He is going to shift. He's just going to full shift.
He's
okay,
not sure. He's not sure what to do.
There's the Lizard Army. Again, the downside to the Lizard Army, of course, they are feeding Green and Kid K a bit of extra gold with those lizards, right?
Yeah.
It's just
Double Ghost
36
Knight.
gold.
8 eyes on Double Ghost Knight. Yeah.
It's pretty serious sense. And there's another Mimic.
Mimic. And Triple Lizard.
There's the Phoenix from Green. Let's see if he can keep those 4 eyes away from his precious Phoenix. He did it extremely well in yesterday's games. So let's see if he can replicate that again today. This is really important now. If he can keep those 4 eyes away from his Phoenix, he probably just holds.
It's gonna be very interesting to see, yeah.
Yeah.
There's that Doomsday from Kid K, who has 2,800 value on 13, by the way.
Yeah, this is a lot. Minus 300, minus 400 for Green.
Well, the sends are huge. 860 each, and he did not succeed
there
in
is
keeping
one
the
on the
4 eyes
Phoenix.
away from the Phoenix.
Oh,
So that Phoenix is going to
That's gonna
die
hurt.
very, very quickly. It's already down, in fact. If we go and have a look over at Kid K's lane, the Ghost Knights are doing really well at keeping his Doomsday away from the wave. But he's doing a ton of damage.
He didn't get that last one.
Yeah, Green Spirit's leak is enormous there, 143%. Kid K, he still hasn't attacked the
Great.
second Ghost Knight, which is really strong, so 67%. I think they're going to survive.
Yeah, they have full King Ups in damage and spell.
Yeah.
But yeah, but now Green Spirit is really, really behind with the walkers.
Yeah, he is. Kid K at least has been able to keep up in workers, so there's that. And Green Spirit presumably can just suicide push at some point.
what is their plan now? Mr. Bus and Piney, they stay hardcore overvalue here, but they also never want to send 16 against Kid K since he has death caps. I probably would have called for a big push for a wave 15 cent, but now it seems like they see 17 as an option.
I think they're trying to bait a 15 cent, so Buzz and Piney are both shifting a massive amount of gold, it looks like, maybe hoping that Green Spirit and Kid K think they full pushed and go for a 15 cent. So let's see if Green Spirit and Kid K fall for the trap here or not.
Well, Mr. Bus shows a lot of value here.
He does. Piney might even leak to no send here. He has 2 Fire Lords and 3 Death Caps. He's not great on 14. But no, it looks like it's enough.
I think I like the 17 call if they call 17, because Piney will have no problem here since he has millions of value.
Yeah.
And on 16 he has the death caps.
They fell for the trap.
Let's see.
Green Spirit and Kid K, they definitely fell for the trap. They go for the 15 cents.
Yeah.
Mr. Buzz has 3.6k value. Piney has 3.5k value. And really strong
And at the
units.
same time, could I go like straight 17 as well? Because like Mr. Buzz roll for 17 is also insane.
Yeah, true.
And he receives from Green Spirit, who is really behind.
And they can never go 16 into Piney's build either.
Yeah.
Well, this game feels like it's falling out of control now for Kid K and Green Spirit. There was a nice bait there from Buzz and Piney, shifting a ton of gold on wave 14.
Yeah.
Now they can push a lot to end the game on 17.
Yeah. And we do see them starting to push, and it looks like a... Oh, is it a hold for Piney?
Ah.
His Phoenixes died really quickly.
Oh, and look at Buzz. Look at even Buzz split. Focus is like super bad.
Yeah, he's got
the
his
boss is
AoE
dying.
gates, but he now kills the
The
boss.
boss is
so
dying,
that's the
but it's
big
still a
thing.
double leak.
Only a 4 eyes though for Buzz. Yeah, the gate's just so strong. They do pretty insane magic damage. Yeah, not too much king
Do you
damage.
guys know what it smells like here?
It smells like victory for Buzz and Piney.
It smells like we are gonna see a game 3.
Oh, I think you might be right. I think you might be right.
Hmm.
Right. Kid K, what does he have? He is building for 17 at least, so he goes in on the Lioness Alpha Male, so he's reading that correctly. He's not spamming death caps here. And Widderson, Widderson, you're casting, not playing. Green Spirit, he's actually full pushing, so they're going for a Wave 17 race, it looks like.
Yeah, that's their only hope at the moment. So
Yeah.
why not? Why not
Yeah.
try?
That's quite a nice call there from Green Spirit. I think it's probably their best chance. And Kid K does have
Yep.
the most value in the game by some margin. The problem is he has 400 less Mythium than Mr. Buzz and Piney. So it's a pretty big ask for him to be able to hold the longest on 17, but we're about to find out.
That's a pretty insane call. Holy, if that is gonna work. Wow.
Yeah. But who has the best delay between like Kid K and Piney and Buzz?
I think Kid K probably can have the best delay,
Yeah.
but the send that he's getting is just twice the size.
Yeah, he's minus 600.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot,
It's not
and he
a
has
lot.
only flowers.
Piney is also
That's
minus
not
600 when he
that
finishes
much.
building.
Not that
And
much,
there's
but
a difference.
Yeah,
There's no villain for Mr. Buzz, and Kid K has the villain on the
Yeah, that's true.
cap,
That's
on
true.
the Doomsday.
But there's also 40% King HP difference as well. So if it does come down to a race, they've got that in their favour as well for Buzz and Piney.
Yeah.
I just think either way, this is going to be super close now.
Yeah.
But probably Mr. Buzz can do really good since he has the very, very strong units for Wave 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Buzz.
Full stacks
got this.
Kingpins, the gates, the Haven.
The send is pretty big from Green, though, who obviously suicide pushed here. And Kid K, you have over 5,000 value, so he's certainly not slacking. I
Kid's
think Kid K
wave
is
is
just holding,
melting.
right?
Oh my god.
Holy moly!
Oh, and Piney,
Is Kid
he's
K
not
doing the
holding.
play of the day?
Kid K, oh no, I don't think it's quite enough. He is going to leak. Oh no.
So close.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mr. Buzz, though.
Buzz is
He
clearing
he
slow.
holds the longest, yeah. So that is
Yeah,
game
close
number
one.
2. Won by Piney and
Ah.
Mr. Buzz. They do manage to tie the series. We've got game number 3 on our hands.
Nice.
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 Excellent.
The hype is real. I must admit, I was a bit scared seeing how Buzz played with super low walkers early with the bounty hunters, but in the end, the long save really turned the game around.
Yeah. That was a pretty nice Fiesta game from Piney, by the way. He gets a
Yeah.
clean leak on 1. Wave 2 is not great, but he at least ruined Green Spirit's build plan. Like, Green was not able to go for the Fire Lord that he wanted to do. Or he was, but he had to stay super low workers to achieve it. And that just means that Buzz and Piney have a nice economy lead in the early game. The Wave 4 leak was really clean for Piney, so was Wave number 5. And Wave 6, we got some damage in, although Green and Kid held pretty well, I've got to say. That was kind of a bit back and forth then, with sends and chip damage on a few of the waves, until we just see this enormous Wave 13 send come out from Buzz and Piney. Nearly one-shotting Green Spirit and Kid K, but not quite. They still managed to stay in the game. But only until Wave 17, where we got another 1,100 Mythium send to close things out. So well played there, Buzz and Piney. They do manage to even up the series, and that does mean, guys, we've got Game 3 coming up. Pretty cool.
Very cool, very cool.
Yeah.
I think
Lobby is open.
what I was criticizing in the early game about Green Spirit, it was sort of dragging throughout the whole game. He was never ahead, he was always a little bit behind, and that's maybe just due to the low worker opener that he was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with the cash out, meaning you start with 0 income, it was like too hard to catch up.
Yeah. He could have just started Nightmare, right? Like, he's playing Cash Out. That's an easy 5-worker Nightmare start. He obviously doesn't know that he's going to be receiving from a Fiesta player that's going to ruin his Graal on Wave 2.
Yeah, true.
Like, he can't really plan for that. But it happens, and He did pretty
Yeah.
well. Like they still managed to make the game close. I really liked the late game call there from Green and Kid K to go for the suicide push, at least attempt the race on wave 17, and it nearly worked. It nearly worked, but not quite. So Buzz and Piney, they were able to win that game, and that means there's everything to play for now in game number 3. The winner of this game is going to make it to the grand finals, and the loser will end their Nova Cup journey right here.
They must be all really, really excited right now. They must be nervous.
Yeah. How does how does the nerves start to factor into your game at this point, Widderson? Like when you're playing with King Dans, you're tied in a semi-final, everything to play for in the next game. Do you start to question yourself? Are you playing scared, or can you just keep your emotions under control?
It really matters more than what you would think when you just watch
Yeah.
from the outside. Because when you're in the spot of Kid K and Green Spirit, now you're the favorite for the games. You win your first game, and then suddenly you realize, oh, we can lose against them. And oh, what happens if we have a bad roll now? We just are
Yeah.
not in the finals. Oh no! So yeah, it really matters a lot, and the nerves can change the outcome of the game for sure.
Yeah. Well, we don't need to keep anyone guessing because here it is, game number 3 of the Nova semi-final. Kid K and Green Spirit versus Mr. Buzz and Piney. Let's go.
And this time, Piney is Cartel and Buzz is Grid, so no Fiesta this time.
Oh, Priestess Mask for Piney.
Oh, that's
Oh,
so
this
juicy.
is
With
huge.
Cartel as well, he's going to have such a good early game.
Yeah.
Expect him to just be
Plays
7
it.
workers on wave 3.
There is even Sorcerer as
Piney-
well.
Sorry.
Incredible.
I have seen Piney playing the build differently than the others. I'm curious to see if he places his Priestess on the right side this time again.
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
He does?
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder why, because isn't that just making it easier to send a big tank into the Priestess?
Usually, yeah,
Well-
but if you have something like a Halo behind it, it might not be that much of a factor.
True, and he does have that Halo. That might be the reason.
But isn't it how we built Priestess like the season before?
Yeah.
At the start.
Sorta, yeah.
Kid K,
Okay.
his role's a little bit janky actually. Like his late game is really solid with the Leviathan, Halo, Phoenix, but his early game is really weak, I think.
Yeah, at least he has a Pilgrim to make up for the Tempest weakness early game.
There was a snail into Mr. Buzz here, so they were probably expecting him to pick the Fiesta this time around, but no.
Right?
So he's just rewarded there. 6 free gold for his Daphne opener.
Yeah, always good to have. Kid K is staying 3 walkers, so he's gonna go for the rat again, most likely.
Yeah, he does.
I like that. That red a bit far up if he wants to keep it up later on. His Tempests are not gonna tank a lot then.
Everybody's chilling with their Mythium on wave 2. Now, Daphne traditionally quite weak on wave 3, but Mr. Buzz has got the Gargoyle in his role, so any send coming out from Kid K should just be more food for his fire on wave 3. Do not expect him to be able to leak, especially with only 3 workers. Like, sure, he has 1 rat, but the send won't be more than 40.
Yeah, the waves are rather fast at the moment, so not a lot of Mythium can be generated.
Yeah. Green Spirit gets his Wild Shroom out, so he's completely fine here. With the double Gargoyle, I think Mr. Buzz is just going to be totally fine, especially if Kid K only sends the 1 snail.
Yeah.
Looks like he does. Oh no, Kid is not able to treasure hunt here, so he's 3 workers with no rats hunting. This is a really bad start for him. And this is what I mean, like his role is just very weak in the early game.
Yeah. I think he still could have hunt here and
Maybe.
be fine because the waves were
Piney-
fast.
Did Piney save on him on wave 1?
No, but
Left,
Piney's
right?
really high
No.
worker count.
No.
And green knows that Piney has the mask to go with his priestess, so there's just no way to break through that. Certainly not with only 80 Mythium to spend. He might not even bother to send the snail. He just knows it's not got a chance, really.
Yeah. Can we expect a long save into Mimic 7 against green?
He does send the snail. And actually, come to think of it, with the priestess on the right, it maybe makes sense, because you can force the fiend to attack
maybe
the priestess.
leak enough with the fiend damage.
Let's have a look. If this priestess goes down, and it does, she does go down. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, this is huge.
Oh, wow,
That's
98% there
awesome.
from Piney. No point sending against priestess on 4. Professional casting, by the way.
That can't happen when you're in a semi-final. You can't have that happen.
And this was Piney's dream game here. Cartel, priestess, mask.
Yeah.
With sorcerer as
Organ.
well. Like, this was Piney's game to win, really.
Yeah, for everybody in the chat who is not aware of that, Priestess Mask right now counts as the most broken combination of units that you can have. And it's fairly easy to play, and it's very hard to leak, especially since the Mask covers the weak wave of Priestess, which is usually wave 4 early on.
Yeah.
But if you're leaking 80-90% there, that changes the whole game.
It really hurts. And I've got to say, that happened because his priestess is on the right-hand side. If that priestess is on the left, it just never dies there, right?
Yeah. And
Fiend goes right into a mask split. Priestess lives forever.
wait, the boss here is going on the right, so there is like a mess up from Kid K now.
Kid K.
Yeah, double hermit, leaking bit on Kid K.
He's going to kill one more scorpion, but that's about it.
Yeah, but
a pretty big leak, 69% there from Kid K. At least he can put his sunglasses on. Green Spirit at least is able to hold, but he won't be able to cover anything in the mid.
Nope.
And this Christmas Hermit is about to send some gifts to the king.
It's something.
Alright, they're dropping. King able to stabilize there, but not before going down to 84% HP. We've got a pretty big send coming out from Kid K and Green Spirit here on wave 6. It's only income, so don't expect much of anything. Mr. Buzz actually has 690 value here on wave 6, so he should just be completely fine against the income send from Kid.
Finally, not sure what he wants to do. He started Canopy, now he builds the masks. Yeah, he sticks with the masks in the end. And a really high left split.
Yeah, but it was important. If he would have kept his wise room, I think the priestess just would have.
Oh, the cannon is straight on the priestess. I think she's going to die. She is.
Oh no!
Oh, Piney! Oh, he played so well in game number 2, and his positioning is just really letting him down in game 3. He does kill the cannon though.
He got the cannon at least.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Buzz, he does hold, of course, with that 690 value. He's even going to be able to full cover his teammates' leak, I think. But Green Spirit also leaking 50%, only to a single DT here. Didn't see that one coming.
Oh. Yeah.
Wow.
Indeed. Yeah, he was almost on value, actually.
When we talk about nerfs, guys, when we talk about nerfs.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine in the finals what it will be.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Yeah, I think the Priestess nerf, although it was only small on paper, with like 1% or 2% less DPS, in practice that is actually really important, because a lot of the time when you're playing Priestess, you're playing on the edge, where you just make her survive before getting that heal off and then clearing the entire wave. But if you go from just making her to survive to just making her die that one time before she gets the spell off, then all of a sudden a full hold becomes a 98% leak on wave 4, and the rest of your game becomes pretty difficult.
Green Spirit trying to go for the undercut again.
Yeah.
Not going to the usual wave 4, 7, 9 or 10.
It's a lizard
so far
army
it has been
send
working
coming out
pretty
from
well.
green, it looks like.
Yeah. has been working pretty well. Maybe a mole instead of the
Oh.
triple lizards.
But Piney's not shifting. I
That
think
worked.
he's hoping to catch Piney shifting for an Azeria here. But rather
Yeah.
than shift, he just straight up drops the Great Boar. And I think a Great Boar is pretty good against lizards. I'm not sure. Like, Widderson, what do you think? Great Boar good against lizards?
Against lizards, yeah. If there was like a cannoneer and a DT sent, then that could make instantly a big difference.
Yeah.
There is a DT at least.
And the lizards are not
Ah,
on the
the
princess.
lizards.
They're on the
Yeah.
shroom. Now they're on the boar.
Yeah, and with the mask, even if not boosted, it's gonna be fine.
One thing I would say is that Piney's looking super weak on 10 currently. Like, he does have that halo in his role, but everything on his board at the moment is really weak on 10. Now,
Yeah.
Buzz, how are you doing against the 6 snail
It's
sends?
leaking
Pretty
small.
fine.
Yeah, small leak from Buzz. Could be a fiesta.
Does look like he's going to
Mr.
leak
Buzz is
one?
having a
Oh no, he's going to hold even.
Oh no! Oh, okay, it's a clear.
I actually
My
think a
bad.
leak would have been better for him there because they're going for this massive send here on 9. We see the
Yeah.
double ogre already, and Green Spirit with his Trinity Archer is going to be in a bit of trouble, I think. Kid K,
Yeah.
he's on value. He's on 12-15 value. His units are not perfect, but they're not terrible either.
Yeah, but because Mr. Buzz held, I don't think he's gonna be able to reach the extra brute here to go with the ogre.
Yeah.
No, sadly.
Besides
Green,
that, look at the power score, guys. Mr. Buzz is popping off this game.
yeah,
Yeah. And
Green does have his Harbinger, but it's his only real unit on this wave, and the ogre's
Yeah.
just so strong against that as well. Let's find
oh, but the
his
priestess
Harbinger.
died again on Piney.
What? Yeah,
Why
but he's
are you
fine.
watching
Let's go
Tiny
back
side?
to let's go back to Green. He's
I was
gonna
just
leak.
curious.
Kid K is doing pretty well, but he is leaking as he's leaking too. So this is 2 full HP ogres reaching the king on wave 9. This is a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Game seems to be going pretty well for Piney and Buzz.
It's interesting, yeah. Didn't expect that to happen, especially after that huge wave 4 leak by Piney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the thing with Piney and Mr. Buzz, they're both really unpredictable players. Like, well, I face these guys on the ladder, and I just can't predict what they're going to do next. Are they going to overbuild and starve? Are they just going to like really hard push and try to undercut you? I just can't read their plays, and I think that might be why Kid K and Green Spirit are struggling here as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's so important in that game that Mr. Buzz is ahead right now, because he does have white main gate combination, and
Yeah.
if you're ahead in the game, oh, this can be obnoxious.
Kid K, he's starting to fall pretty behind. Like, they're both on fairly low workers, 11 and 11. Sure, Kid has a
Yeah.
couple of rats, but Green doesn't have that excuse. He has got pixies.
And again, we see the cartel player being the lowest income.
Yeah.
But
So Piney is
they made it-
about to get the minus cartel penalty kicking in here on wave 11. And leaking to
But they
no
made
send
it
on 10
work.
as well.
yeah, but they made it work the previous game, so it's even lower, 82 income only.
And kind of
Piney's-
impressive that nobody sent here on wave 11.
Yeah.
So even though there's 2 aggressive spells in the game, everyone's holding their nerve.
Yeah, Piney cannot even afford the boar here.
Yeah, he'd have to sell a mass.
Sorcerer?
Wow. I think if there had been like a wave 11 send with one of the aggressive spells, it might have just been straight up game winning from either team.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Piney is so much undervalue here already.
Yeah.
And with 82
You guys
income
ever-
as well.
Do you guys ever see a spot where Piney full pushes for the wave 13 race here? As
Maybe,
Kid
right?
K is already showing that he has a Phoenix.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And a Halo as well for Kid K.
Yeah.
Green's
They
looking
go
really
here.
They go
weak
here.
on 13.
Against, yeah, that's super weird call.
Okay, it might catch them by surprise though. Oh no, Kid K and Green, they send as well.
No. Everybody's
I think the
going.
values are just low enough that everybody realizes saving longer is too risky.
Yeah, I think if one team sends here and the other one doesn't, it's just game losing.
Yeah. Kid K with the Phoenix already.
Oh, and the Haven from green. He sells a couple of units there just to make sure he gets it out. That may very well end up being a game-winning decision here.
Yeah, and the Sorcerer Trinity Archer is just so insanely powerful.
On wave 12, yeah. I think Green Spirit should hold. Descend is not enormous against him, and he's just so good for this wave. Kid K with the Leviathan Circle, and the Alpha Male, he's looking fine as well. Piney's just definitely leaking. Here's Azeria is tanking.
Phoenix is tanking
fine. Phoenix is doing absolutely perfectly. That should just be a hold, I think, for Kid K, right?
Yeah.
Oh, all the priestess went down.
It attacks a bit too much now. Piney leaks 105%. The Phoenix does go down for Kid.
Buzz is holding.
Green is easily holding, but so is Buzz.
Yeah, Buzz is holding. Everybody's holding actually.
Kid K. Yeah, that looks like a hold from Kid. His Halo should win the 1v1 there against the pack leader. So let's see.
Yeah.
Mr. Buzz is even going to be able to clean up a bit of Piney's leaks here, but they're still going to take some king damage now.
He's clearing quite a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, he really is actually. There's only an ogre and 2 creeps.
Yeah.
What's the next decision? They could either decide to full push and go 14. Or is it just 14 cents for anybody anyway, without even full pushing?
No, no one is pushing further.
Piney's just so low value.
Yeah, the long save plus the cartel deficit plus the no leak on the opposing team. Yeah.
Mr. Buzz is really high value, so he's hoping to cover 2 waves whenever the next send happens, and he may just be able to do that. He doesn't look great on 14, though. Green shifted a fair amount of gold here.
Yeah. And I have a question for you guys. We didn't notice, but there is double tax allowance on Kid K and Buzz.
Oh, wow,
you think
I didn't see that one at all.
Sorcerer on the Halo would be better here for Kid K, for example.
I think so. Unless he just needed that 90 gold to get the Phoenix on 12 or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, here's the income send from Buzz and Piney. This might just be a game-winning save then from Kid and Green.
On the other hand, though, Mr. Buzz has a very strong build and they are still on full HP.
Yeah.
And it's just wave 15 and 16 coming up, so it's also hard to one-shot them afterwards.
Yeah. Wave 16 did just get buffed against, the King just got buffed against Wave 16 because it was doing way too much damage in the previous patch.
I knew you were gonna say that on purpose.
I couldn't have you on the cast and not mention something about Wave 16.
Nice one.
Oh, Phoenix just doing Phoenix things here for Kid K. It will go down, but it doesn't matter. Only income.
All the rats also. It's gonna give a lot of methium.
So that's a nice little push there for Kid K and Green, who now just have an absolutely crazy amount of mythium saved up. Nearly 450 on each of them. They don't have to go 15 if they don't want to. Oh, they probably don't, actually.
No, they don't. It's straight 16, it seems.
I think this will be a 16 send, yeah. But now we really are going to put it to the test because they have the full King upgrades. Oz has decent build, and also Piney, even though Piney's definitely leaking, he's even full pushing actually. I was going to say Piney can weaken the creeps if he builds like full masks here, but he's actually going for full push. They're going to try and race on 16.
It's gonna be a race, and I can see a world where Mr. Buzz and Piney win the race.
Yeah, they have a HP advantage.
And King ups as well.
Mr. Buzz has such strong units and tank line if he upgrades the white main as well.
Yeah. And the white main gate as well is just perfect for delay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Azeria, like, you couldn't tell this was suicide really. He's just holding pretty easily. Unless... Oh, Caster's Curse, guys.
Ah.
I thought this
think
would at
that's
least
fine.
split tank a couple of shots, but nope. Alright. I wonder if they read the Suicide and maybe finish a few King Ops with Green Spirit as well.
He doesn't upgrade the white main?
Yeah, I think that's a mistake.
I agree.
The value of the aura is much better than a second Arcter.
Yeah, it would already be buffing 5 units. And yeah, Green Spirit does go for the King upgrades. He knows that
Well,
Tiny's suiciding,
yeah.
so he just goes
Well,
for the safe play.
You
But
can even
this-
send more than 5 because the summons of the gates are multiple.
Even with the Suicide from Piney, the send is not enormous into Kid K, and he does have 2 Phoenixes.
Yeah, the send on 14 is a bit iffy. And he doesn't have like 4 eyes to shut down the Phoenix.
So it's a 600 send. Oh,
Wait.
this Phoenix went on a bit of a journey.
Yeah, weird, weird move.
Now fully tanking the split, and this Phoenix is absolutely smurfing. That is just
Yeah, this second one
brilliant
is...
positioning there from Kid
Yeah.
K. This Phoenix survives. Piney, of course, leaks 157%.
yeah,
and Buzz
Buzz is not
leaking
clearing as
too.
well.
Green
Sand is
Spirit,
just
that
too
looks
big.
like... Oh,
Green
Kid K
Spirit?
leaks.
Holding?
Green? Green? He does
Ah.
leak, but I think they can survive this with their fully upgraded King. Meanwhile, 30 creeps on this side walking to Mr. Buzz and Piney. I don't know that they can live through this. Oh,
No.
oh, they can't.
No,
Wait,
this is
16
GG.
just does so much damage to the King. GG! Kid K and Green Spirit take the series 2-1. Buzz and Piney, man, they fought so well. But in the end, Kid K and Green Spirit make it through to the finals.
Wow.
Oh, that was so intense.
What a game! Buzz and Piney, if you look at the
Yeah.
graph, they were ahead all the way through the early game. And then we had maybe that one key call was, I don't know, where was the turning point, guys? Maybe wave 12, where Piney leaks really hard against the full send? Like everybody else holds, Piney leaks 100%. That must be the turning point. And then I think the real turning point, though, was the income King on 14 from Buzz and Piney, because that just gave Kid K and Green a bit of a free push, and they're able to send double the amount of Mythium on wave 16, and it's just enough to win the race there. What a series, guys!
Yeah.
Holy moly, what a series! I'm really happy to see the end of that one. Like, first of all, from game 1, maybe it felt like it would have been a 2-0, but then Buzz and Piney really turned things around in game 2. And game 3 was just so close for both teams. Like, it really, really could have gone either way. So I'm just really happy with the way that series went. In the end, we had a very, very close fought 3-game series. Green and Kid K make it in the end, but Buzz and Piney, guys, you played really, really well today. You've got to be proud of that performance.
Yeah, well played. I didn't expect the games to be that close. You were very close to
Yeah.
winning that one. Props to them.
Yeah, the 40-60 prediction actually was even like 45-55, given
Yeah.
how close it
Yeah.
was.
I think the other series has already finished as well, guys.
Yeah. Do we have like a small break between the games?
We'll take a 5 or 10 minute break, I think, before we go into the next one. But man, what a series. I'm really hyped for the finals. I don't know who made it through from the other semi-final, actually. Have either of you guys
Bonnie
seen the
and
result yet?
Adamus.
Oh, Bonnie and
Bonnie and
Adamus.
Adamus.
Okay, so
Ah.
maybe the
But they were-
expected result from that one.
They were down. They were down 0-1, but they
Okay.
managed to come back.
Also, a clean sweep in the other semi-final.
Oh.
That would have been a fun one to watch as well, it sounds like. Oh, man. So we will have our grand finals, Bonnie and Adamus versus Kid K and Green Spirit. That will be coming up in about 10 minutes from now. But Twitch chat, before we go on a break, I am going to kick off another Premium Essence giveaway for you guys at home. So when you see the raffle starting in the chat, all you need to do is type !raffle. I'll enter you in for a chance to win 2,500 Premium Essence. We will have 2 lucky winners, so make sure you enter the raffle to have a chance to win that. And one final shout out, one final sellout, I should say, before we go on a break as well. If anybody has not yet picked up the Safety Mole plushie and you want to get yourself a bit of Legion TD merchandise, this really is your last chance now. November 25th, the Safety Mole will no longer be on sale and you will never be able to pick one up again. So if you haven't bought one yet, go and do so now. If you haven't seen it yet, here's what it looks like.
Brilliant.
I bought mine already. They can't hear us now, by the way, we're muted. Do you like my sellout? Oh, they can hear me. Awesome stuff, guys. All right, we are going to be on a quick break now. We'll be back in 7 minutes from the time of this message. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you're back in time to see what's going to be an epic grand finals.
That's the final that I was hoping for.
Hey guys, welcome back to this exciting Nova Cup Grand Finals. We're going to see Bonnie and Adams, the old dogs, and they're going to be up against Green Spirit and Kid K. We can call them the new dogs, or we can call them FC, Lucy, Drash. But whatever you call them, I think this is going to be a pretty cool Grand Finals. Now, Widderson, do you have a favourite? Are you maybe a little bit biased towards Bonnie and Adams? Obviously, your ex-teammate there, Adamus.
I'm rooting for Bonnie and Adamus, but I'm favoring Kid K and Green Spirit. I
Oh,
think
spicy.
they played a little bit better so far and
Yeah.
they beat Lucy and Drachir.
Yeah. Would you have Lucy and Drakir as your tournament favourites before any of the games started?
Yeah.
SSP, any favourites?
Well, I didn't manage to watch the game yesterday, so I cannot tell how they performed. But, well, my heart goes to Green and Kitke because there is one Yonka Mayonka, of course.
Okay.
But I think Bonnie and Adames have the advantage here.
Okay, so you're giving the edge to Bonnie and Adamus.
Yes.
And we've got Widderson giving
It's
the
going to be
edge
close.
to Kid K and Green Spirit. That means I've got the deciding vote. And we know that the caster's vote is obviously all important. I think I'm going to give the edge to Kid K and Green Spirit. I think their games have been really solid across both days. Maybe the game 2 was looking a bit rough there against Piney and Buzz, but that's more the strength of Buzz and Piney. Like they play really unpredictably. They can quite often put people on the back foot with an unexpected play, and I think maybe that's what happened. But yeah, I think Kid K and Green, if they can pull some of that kind of caliber of gameplay, certainly they showed us against Lucy and Drakir yesterday, then these guys have got a hell of a good shot. But having said that, like, Adamus is one of the most decorated Legion tournament players of all time. Like, he hasn't played so much during the Nova Cups, but all of the previous tournaments, like Masters Cups, Legion in-house leagues, he's got a ton of medals to his name. So, like, you can never count this guy out. He knows his stuff, and he just is an absolute shot-calling mastermind. So I think whatever happens, this is going to be a tough match.
I think one thing that's interesting about the new team of Adames and Bonnie is that Bonnie also used to be the shot caller for B Square, where he's playing with Busty. And I think it's just gonna be interesting if they sort of match their opinions on how to play the game.
Yep.
And if that works, they are definitely gonna be a very strong team.
Mm-hmm. And they have been practicing quite a lot as well, haven't they, over the past week or so? I know I've seen them in that Discord together, grinding the ladder. So they certainly have had a bit of a chance to gel together. So like you say, if they've got that team dynamic under wraps, I think they can certainly give us a good show today.
Yeah, I have seen them quite often lately in ranked games as a duo, and yeah, they are playing seriously, you know, not trolling like you can do with Green Spirit.
Yeah.
That was like just serious gaming, and they just training a lot.
Well, the thing with Green Spirit is he normally plays on the ladder with an absolute clown, so most of his ranked matches are just about auto-sending and overbuilding and feeding the opponent and losing 30 elo every time. But when this guy gets into a tournament, I think he really flips a switch, starts focusing, starts making good decisions, and yeah, like we've seen it today and we saw it yesterday. He knows how to play a tournament as well. All right, I think we're just waiting for the players to get themselves ready now, and we should have game number 1 underway as soon as possible. And in fact, here it comes.
Let's go.
So, Twitch chat, the moment you've all been waiting for, game number 1 of this November Nova Cup Grand Finals. Here it comes. We have Bonnie and Adamus on the left. They make up the old dogs. And we have Green Spirit and Kid K on the right, making up Team FC Lucy. Drash, 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 drash.
They already won the team name contest.
Yeah. Just making me say that name time and time again.
I love it. I love the way you say the name.
Oh, yeah, many options, man. Castle, Cartel, Cash Out, Grid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the Mastermind options is already in favour of Green Spirit and Kid K. I think Green and Kid K both taking those early game focused Masterminds, the Cartel and the Cash Out. They're just going to have a big early game advantage, and especially with Adamus playing Castle, right? Like, it's the weakest early game that you can hope for. And I think if Green and Kid K can snowball off of their strong economic advantage, this game might just be over before Wave 10.
But if it is not over before Wave 10, or if they don't have a significant advantage, they are going to have a significant disadvantage.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-mm.
But I think if they get to Wave 10 and they don't have a significant advantage, that's the sign of something going very wrong in the early game.
Oh, look at Green Spirit's roll!
Yeah, I was just about to say, he's got the Priestess, he's got the mask,
Priestess
he's playing
mask,
Cartel.
the Steed. GG go
And-
next.
Can I just point out, he built it on the left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
might be a good
Hey.
idea after we saw last game.
Yeah.
We never know what can happen. Maybe he will mess up in some way.
I mean, it's Green Spirit. If there's one thing he can do, it's mess up.
Yeah.
Why does he always have Priestess? It's crazy.
He's just very skilled like that. What can I say? Now,
They're already trolling each other in the chat.
yeah, it looks that way.
Bonnie already rerolled, by the way, guys. And I don't think this is a great roll.
Oh, that is not a great roll, for sure.
Yeah. I think Harpy. Yeah, there is Magician to help the Harpies if he decides to pick it. But yeah, Harpy without buff or whatever, I don't think it's that great.
I'd like to see Green Spirit go 6 worker here with his Priestess, and I think he probably will. Yeah, he does. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
That's a good call.
he can afford with the Cartel advantage.
Yeah. But Adams can't. He's playing Castle. Oh, he does, though. I say he can't,
Oh,
but he
nice.
just does.
Yeah.
It's a very smart play in that case, because you know that Green Spirit is not gonna be able to send 40 pre-income, so you don't have
Yep.
to worry about building a split. And he can always build the hardened Mudman on wave 4 that helps clearing a lot, usually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Green actually even sent the snail to get the 7th walker.
Wow, 7 workers on Green. I love it.
Mm.
Okay, the 40 send against Bonnie. He has 3 Peewees. I think he should be completely fine. Adam's obviously fine against the snail send there. Green Spirit, 7 workers just leading the way. He doesn't get a send here from Bonnie, though. He might be vulnerable.
Yeah.
I mean, I say he might be vulnerable. He still has Mask for Wave 4.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Only pro leaking? No. Oh,
No, so close. Still get the Fiend.
Here's the
before he
Fiend.
come.
Will Bonnie reach the snail as well? I think he doesn't. He's going to miss it. But actually, that would just make the send worse, right? Because the Fiend would go into the mask split. All right. Green Spirit, can you hold the Fiend better than Piney managed to in the previous game. This might be important now.
Is that positioning fine? Is it gonna tank the split?
It might not. It's a bit
Not
far. Right?
sure. Yeah, it's not sure. But there is only a fin and not extra snail.
Oh, it tanks most of the split, but one of them goes on the priestess. If she just barely dies, that's going to be clutch. But no, it looks like she's completely fine.
It's just literal perfection.
Yep.
It's God Spirit.
Yeah. God Spirit. He's skilled enough to roll the mask with his priestess. And that's just going to give him a really nice early game, especially paired with Cartel.
But he shows us he is still Green Spirit, not pushing a single worker after that. Oh, he did push one now. He did push one.
He actually pushed one. Yeah.
There is a resend coming in from Bonnie, but he's just going to snack that up with his Sacred Steed edition. And we have 4 snails walking into Bonnie's lane.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think he should just be completely fine.
Not sure if it's better than a dino, but why not?
Just have a quick look at Green's priestess. It looks like she's doing just fine over there. Huh? Does the lizard go on there? She does, but one more heal and that should be... In fact, this tank's nothing from the split. But it doesn't matter. That's just a hold there from Green. And Bonnie, how are you doing? It looks like he's doing fine as well. Maybe a very
he's gonna
small...
prolic this time, right?
2 HP on the Sky Queen.
Okay,
That is
okay.
also perfection from Bonrich.
And I was just gonna say, if there's somebody that knows how to play a role like that, it's definitely Bonnie. We see him use a role like this quite frequently, I would say.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
also, yeah, sorry.
Is that just a slander against Bonnie's role-picking abilities, or what?
Maybe he's still a bit in love with the boars and with the harpies, but
Yeah.
There's a
looking
pretty
good so
big
far.
send here against the Dam. It's 140, the Cannoneer and the DT, but he gets the Zeus out, and his Priestess is not tanking the Cannoneer until now, so it does go down. That does mean there will be a leak in a Dam's lane, not a massive one.
If he
It's
clears
gonna be
this
small
one,
enough.
Clear it.
Oh
No.
yeah, nice.
Yeah, I think he's happy with that. Bonnie
Small
holds.
enough, and he's rather fine on 7 with the Peewees or veterans. He can add an archer, so it's no problem for him.
What's really interesting to me is that Adams and Green both have the same workers, but Green is 30 income ahead. Okay, 50 income ahead now after the send from Adams.
Yeah.
But so far, I think this was the first leak that we've seen in that game, and that is very, very much benefiting Bonnie and Adamis, because you want to have fast waves with Castle, and you want to have slow waves with Cartel.
Yep, true. And I think that Green and Kid, they need to have more of a worker lead in this early game if they want their game plan to work, right? Because they've both taken those aggressive mastermind options. But like you were saying at the start of the game, Widderson, if things are even going into the mid game, then Bonnie and Adams are heavily favoured.
Yeah. And unlike all other games that we have seen, there is a lot of income sense here.
Yeah.
Instead of long saves for mimics or ogres.
Yeah, pretty high pace. But Green does hold here, and that will give him a pretty heavy push. And Adams, he's holding too, so he's still managing to keep pace. The Castle player on the same worker count as the Cartel player.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah, and maybe they want to shift now for the Azeria. But Adames has Madmans.
I think he probably does.
Yeah,
go
they
for
are
the shift.
both shifting, it seems. Yeah, both are shifting.
No,
okay,
Adams,
my
he
bad.
does go for the Mudman.
My
Okay.
bad. Yeah?
Oh, changes his mind. He's just
No.
baiting the casters.
Yeah. No, oh, he's bait again?
The rebait. He's just a master baiter. And Bonnie drops the ball here.
I think it's just gonna be 10 cents, right? Against Adames, he's really weak on 10, but it's so good for them that Bonnie is so strong on 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what we haven't seen yet, or
Kid K are not
what
good.
Green and Kid K haven't seen, is that Adams has the Trinity Archer in his role. So he has got
Maybe
options
that's-
there for wave 10.
Maybe that was the plan of Adames to build the Madman to discourage the opposing team to send on 9.
Yeah. Right, here's
I'll
a
go for
mole
some mind
send from
game.
Adams.
They go.
So they're breaking the pattern, they're going for a 9
But
send.
they still go.
Hidden green do just go for income.
Brute. Yeah, Mole and Brutes.
So there's the Azeria for Green Spirit. And what does Kid K build? He's going for the Avenger. Okay. I mean, it's pretty solid. It's very good against a mole. Very good against a mole.
It's just not the best unit, is it?
I think it's pretty solid. It's
Yeah.
The Sovereign's actually my highest performing unit.
What? How is
Yes.
that possible?
What? Ah.
That's why Jules keeps nerfing it. He's just following my profile, looking at what I do well with and slapping on the nerf bar.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay, but this Avenger... I mean, it is still Swift Armor against the Pierce Wave, so it dies pretty quickly.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
It kind of melted
Oh,
there.
the leak is so huge.
But obviously Green is just holding comfortably, so he's going to be able to cover his entire leak.
Yeah.
And it's not that big. It's only 5 units there for Kid K. I think they're fine with that.
Yeah.
And Bonnie and Adam's
That Bunny's
holding
walkers now. He's
income send.
skyrocketing.
Yeah, he's on 15 now. That's the problem
Nice
for Green
on
Spirit.
wave.
Like, even though his build is really strong, it sucks on wave 10. So he can't push to 15, 16 workers like he probably wants to. Otherwise, he's just has no chance to hold wave 10.
Yeah. And Adamus came through the first 10 waves without being very far disadvantaged, and that
Yeah.
really helps Bonnie and Adamus.
Yeah,
think he's
all
just gonna
incomes are
be-
pretty even. Yeah.
He's going to be just far ahead of Green Spirit on wave 11, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because we see green like ahead at the moment, but with the minus 36 plus and the plus 45, it's gonna be huge.
Yeah, I'm starting to worry a little bit for Green Spirit and Kid K here. They needed to have more of an impact in the early game.
Mm-mm.
I'm still not ruling them out just yet, but this game is definitely falling into Bonnie and Adams' clutches so far. And Green, even with his heavy build here, looks like he's going to go for a little bit of a leak. Or can the
Yeah.
Azeria just win this 1v1? She can't.
Oh no!
It's a very small leak, but a leak nonetheless.
This is Count Spirit.
Yeah,
Even the mask is
even
not
the
curing.
Mask's not able to kill it.
Are we gonna see 4 saviors with 4 times full HP?
Maybe.
I don't think so. But there
Does
is one
anybody
already.
have the balls to go for a Creditor? I think if anybody does, it's Green Spirit.
Yeah, he kinda has to,
Yeah.
right?
Will
Magician
he go
can be
for
a
the
nice
trade?
option too.
Yeah, Magician's not terrible.
Like Green Spirit has a disciple also, if he wants.
Green and Adams both on the Creditor.
Good, good.
Yeah.
But Adams is going to use it fully. Green Spirit is not going to use his fully.
Yeah,
Easy
there's a
harden.
double harden here. Double harden.
Yeah, that might make a 12 send look fairly appealing.
Is it a bait?
He can.
But I don't think they
full
would have
build
gone
there.
also.
Maybe it's a bait because Bonnie is so strong
Maybe.
on 12.
Yeah. It all depends on if they
Bonnie
want
is
to send
really
against
strong on
Bonnie or Adames.
But Bonnie has the options for the Sovereign and the Fatalizer on 13. Like, even with his Sky Queens and his Boars, he has options there.
Yeah.
Alright, here comes the
Okay, just
12
income.
send. It's
Ah.
only income from Adams, but it's a full send from Bonnie. So let's see if Green
Yeah.
Spirit reads this and builds full with his Creditor Gold.
Do you really want to build full in that spot? I think they realize now that
Oh.
Adamus is on fire, that green maybe has to greed a bit more.
Yeah.
Mm.
The other hand puts him in a better spot again if he reads that they send here.
He is going to greed, and he is going to pay the price at minus 400 under recommended value. I think Green Spirit's going to be in a bit of trouble with this 400 send.
Unless
should be
there
able
is
to
a
hold
perfect healing with the help of the Pegasus.
But it's too much, or is it? The Pegasus just giving us so much
man.
mana.
Is it
One
too
more
much?
heal?
Another heal?
Yes.
Oh my
And the
god.
Mimic goes down, yes.
Man.
Green
Oh,
Spirit.
the heal again?
Hello?
Oh,
Minus
my
400
God.
value?
Oh man!
400
Oh,
million full
man.
send? Green
So
spirit?
broken. This is so
Oh,
broken.
Wow!
man. Oh la 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 la.
Wow! Anybody in Twitch chat who didn't
Oh.
understand why Priestess got nerfed, well, you just saw what happened after the nerf.
Huh?
Holy
Next
moly.
patch they will next patch they will nerf the synergy with the steeds. You
Yeah.
see?
Now the question is, does
man.
Adams decide to full build here or not? Is he going to shift his credit to gold? It looks like he's going to shift a tiny bit, but nowhere close to the full amount.
He's
There's-
overvalued, so he can shift this
Ah,
extra. I
it's
think.
double ogre though. The area is gonna die.
Oh, Adams even built one more bazooka.
Oh, the ogre goes to the right side.
Oh,
That's gonna.
Oh.
but the
But the
Azeria,
Azeria.
she's still going to die, right?
Oh, it's dying.
Oh, it's down! The Azeria is down!
So close. Oh, it was so close to leave, but no.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's not looking bad for
man.
Bonnie though.
Meanwhile,
Look at him.
Bonnie, his sovereign, does die in
Yeah.
the end. That will be a leak on Bonnie, and it will be a leak on Adamus as well. 96 and
imagine-
83%. Now, the king damage is not going to be huge. They have pretty good king ups, and a few of these golems are low HP, but still,
Yeah.
like, Green Spirit and Kid K, they were behind after the early game. Now I think they're in the lead.
Yeah. The
look
deficit
at
of the
Green's work,
cartel got
worker.
completely. Yeah.
And look at Green's
Deficit of the
workers.
cartel.
Look at Green's workers, 29.
Oh man, that hold. Yeah, this
30.
hold
He's
was
full pushing.
insane. Yeah, and he's back in front again despite the Adames cartel.
Yeah. Wow, Green Spirit.
Oh,
man, he's
man.
turned this game around.
This is a Yonka Mayonka boy.
Yeah. That wave 12 hold at minus 400 value was so clutch.
Yeah, the Pegasus man, MVP.
Yeah. Oh, the worker situation is looking so dicey, but the value as well for Green and Kid K. I guess they have
What's
to
the plan
send on
now?
15.
Yeah, he pushed so hard. I think it's a 15.
It has to be a 15 send, surely.
Yeah, because for 16, Adames can just build Spyros and be okay.
I think what they're hoping is that Bonnie and Adams skip wave 15 and then just die
Yeah.
to this like full push from Green. Yeah, there's the Kraken. That's a really good send against Adams.
Yeah, all the Zeus, the Azeria,
There's a Shaman from
I
Kid
don't know.
K.
Shaman Dino.
Shaman and tank
they
spam,
skip?
I guess. Yeah. In fact, Dinos are just perfect against what Bonnie has because all of his damage is either impact or pierce.
Mm.
You don't really want to
Yeah,
send a
he's
big
not
tank
weak.
because the Fatalizer can shred
He
it.
can definitely hold. 500 undervalue. He can still hold, I think.
On who? Bonnie or Adams?
Adames.
Yeah.
I guess a lot depends
think
on
he
whether or
needs-
not the Azeria attacks the Kraken. Oh, but he's even
Yeah,
building for
He
16.
builds a Pyro. He's not sure what to do, so he starts to build for 16.
Yeah. I mean, this undercut might just catch them off guard.
Yeah.
The Azeria is not attacking the Kraken, so that helps. They're going to shred the left side of the wave.
Nah. Helping a bit.
But yeah, the entire right side split just does 0 damage on the wave. Now the
Oh,
Azeria
Aderia's
on
on
the
the
boss,
boss.
that's pretty fortunate.
Why is?
Oh, but it's not
Yeah, I'm
enough.
not sure what. I'm not sure
Bonnie
why
is
he's
really
what's
hard.
his
Bonnie,
focus.
106%. Adamus, he's leaking too. 116%. They might just be dead here, guys.
Oh, yeah, 57%. There is a shaman. Boss is full. This is game.
Oh, this is game. Green Spirit and Kid K. Holy moly!
Oh man.
What a turnaround! What a turnaround! Fantastic
unlucky.
play there from Green and Kid. And I've got to
Ah,
come
man,
back
this
to this
wave-
wave 12. Look at this.
This was 12.
This wave 12 was just so game-winning there. He's 400 Mythium Send. He's 400 undervalue. And he just holds. He makes it look easy.
Yeah. This is disgusting.
Really great positioning there from Green Spirit. And he was able to greed some of his Creditor there too. He fully greeted his Creditor on 13, where they got king damage in with those leaks, and then he just makes the game-winning decision, full pushes, 30 workers on 14,
Yeah.
600 Mythium Send on 15, Bonnie and Adams caught completely unprepared. Sure, they look strong on that wave, but not against a send this big. And Green and Kid K, they win game number 1 on round 15. Very, very well played to those guys.
Yeah, very well
Yeah.
played. It just makes a huge difference if you just compare Green Spirit's value on wave 12. He's almost 400 under and holds the cent.
Yep.
While Adames is plus 50. He's plus 50 on 13 with Aseria and Suzes and Whitemane. And he's leaking 96%.
Yeah. It all just comes down to that Aziri, right? It's so important if that thing lives or dies. Like on wave 12, we saw Green's Azeria just staying alive because of the Pegasus and the Steed giving it enough mana to heal. And on 13, we saw the opposite. We saw Adam's Azeria just barely dying. Like it was so close to surviving. And if it survived, he would have easily full held and cleared Bonnie's Leak in the mid.
Yeah, I even think like the spell casted, but the damage of the Drill Golem was too huge, so it still died.
Yeah. And when you play that Azeria, you have to live life on the edge, right? Like you have to greed, you have to push hard, you have to hope that she just survives the left-hand side and give you the hold. Because it's the way that you win games. And Green Spirit, it turns out, is the better Priestess player, at least in this game.
Well, he rolled masks and steeds.
I mean, that means he's the better Priestess player, right? A good Priestess player always rolls the mask.
True. That's true.
Man, what a nice game. Alright, let me see if our lobby is open.
Yes, the lobby is up. We miss you two guys.
The lobby is up. Before we start this game, I do want to announce the winners of our Premium Essence giveaway. So good luck to everybody who entered that. We have got 94 people in the raffle, and our first winner of the Essence will be... It's Roguelite. Congratulations, Roguelite. And the second winner will be... Eidetic. Congratulations. All right, guys, if you send me a whisper either on Discord or on Twitch, I will send your Premium Essence prize once the stream is over today. So congratulations again to Roguelite and Eidetic, winning 2,500 Premium Essence each. Nice one, guys.
Yeah. Congrats to the winners.
All right.
Ready? Green said 1 minute. You're right.
We're ready, but I think Green Spirit has gone for a little bit of a break. So, Widderson, you're probably the most seasoned tournament player on the panel right now. I say probably, I mean definitely. If you're Bonnie and Adams and you've just lost what felt like an easy win in game number 1, clearly that's a big knock on your confidence. So what do you need to do to stay calm and bring it back in game number 2?
I think you just gotta realize Bonnie had a bad role this game, and they probably just had a bad decision making on wave 12 and 13. You gotta just stay calm. Maybe even pick something aggressive early game to feel even more confident throughout the game, and then you can definitely come back here.
Awesome. All right, sounds good. I mean, it sounds easy when you say it out loud, but let's see if they can actually put it into practice. Here it is, game number 2. Let's go.
Yeah, Priestess again on Adames, still no mask, so he's not the better Priestess player. But 2 cash out and 2 grids this time.
He doesn't have the mask, but he does have the Consort and he has the Berserker, which both pair very, very nicely with the Priestess, again to cover the weak waves. And he has that casket for 7 as well, so even though he doesn't have the mask, he doesn't really have any weak waves either.
Yeah, he had the choice between Halo and Berserker, also for the bosses.
Adam is just gonna play the classic Berserker Coiler.
Ah, the good old times. I
kind of
like the Bonnie. I kind of like Bonnie's role
between the two teams.
Yeah, Bonnie's role is really good.
Yeah, it's really versatile. Yeah.
Gate card with rats as well, so he could, he didn't pick the gate card actually.
Yeah, he picked rats and Bone Crusher, Bone Warrior. I mean, Dark Mage on to buff the Phoenix is just super strong. So
yeah,
why
Phoenix is a pretty good unit.
Yeah. Bounty Hunter and Bone Crusher. So slow waves to come, I think, with the Bone Crusher.
Yeah, and Green Spirit saved his Mythium here. So he's putting a little bit of pressure on Bonnie, who probably won't be able to treasure hunt. Oh, no. Actually, Bonnie's just going to stay low worker. He's going to add his Wild Shroom on 2, and then he's going to treasure hunt again, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Pilgrim used to leak on wave 2 if you resend the snail. I think it's still the case. Not sure.
Yeah, Pilgrim really sucks on wave 2, but when it's paired with a Shroom, it's pretty good.
Yeah. But it's holding no send. That's what I mean. But I didn't see Pilgrim opener for so long.
Oh, Bonnie, even adding another rat here, I think there's just no way he leaks like this.
Yeah. You can add another one if you want.
Kid K doing this very, very vintage bounty hunter.
That really is vintage. We haven't seen this one for a while.
Adames did this in season 2 already.
Yeah.
Right, let's see what happens in Bonnie's lane. I think he's just completely fine. The DT is down. The Pilgrim is healing itself. The Shroom is just smurfing on the wave. They will
6
die.
walkers.
Yeah, down was 6 workers. Green Spirit also 6 workers. And maybe I spoke too soon. But no, I think the Shroom has got this, right? Oh.
There's a reason why we don't usually see Pilgrim open.
Oh no!
Wow.
With Green Spirits, walkers, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, but Adamas has the 6 workers as well.
Yes.
And Adamas has the option of destroying Green Spirit maybe on the next wave.
Yeah, true. He's saving his Mythian. There will be a Dino coming out, I imagine, from Adams on wave 4.
Yeah, but thankfully he has the masks here to help. And we make sure the Dino doesn't go on the right to snipe it.
Well, the Dino will be going into this lane over here. And it's going to play havoc with this Fire Archer, I think.
But Bonnie can set the Dino too, I mean.
Oh yeah, he can, yeah.
If the wave's long enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Fire and Elemental and Mask are just so good on wave 4 though.
Yeah. Does Green get the Fire Elemental? Oh, he will with a send, right? But he has to send. And he does.
He exactly gets it.
Yeah. Perfectly calculated there from Green with the Fire Elemental.
Yeah.
But the Dino is going to kill his Fire Archer in seconds.
Is the Dino supposed to go right here, guys? It's a full field lower, so it's not supposed to go right, but in-game it's always random. In Sandbox it usually doesn't go right, in-game it's always random.
It's a full field lower and it has a lot more range than the Fire Elemental, right? I think this might be pretty important. And it does. Okay, so that Fire Archer's dead very quickly.
Half the way. Yeah. This is really. This is and there is nothing on the Elemental.
Nothing on the Fire Elemental. That's pretty bad aggro there for Green. But still, with his value, he's doing just fine, and Kid K easily holding. Meanwhile, if we look at Adams, he's holding as well with the casket there, and Bonnie against the 100 send. I think Bonnie might leak. Okay, Green Spirit 25% there, but it's only the Dino, very low HP. And meanwhile, Bonnie, he's got 4 chickens left. Can the Pilgrim clear these?
Yeah, and the wave are so long. I think this is a bit problematic for Bonnie, who is playing around the rats at the moment.
Yeah.
So he had to stay lower walkers, but...
Okay, Green Spirit probably a bit annoyed that he couldn't quite finish that Dino off. It was very low HP.
Yeah. But the good thing with elementals and stuff that do splash damage is that you don't focus the tanks when they reach you, because you attack the creeps instead.
Right, now we have one player pulling ahead. That's Adamas with 8 workers, and he has the most Mythium saved up as well. And Green Spirit, although he did very well on wave 4, he's not looking incredible on wave number 6. He full shifts though. He knows how bad he is on 6. He saves 117 gold. He's going for that Millennium, I think, on wave 6.
That's huge. That's huge. But Kid K was also over pushing. Like for wave 5, he was fine here, but on wave 6 he has not the best options.
Yeah, the mass won't even be boosted. So
Bonnie hits to the income send. 53% there, not perfect.
Oh man. no bueno.
It gives them time.
Yeah.
The one thing I do worry about is if Adam saves here, but no, there's the mole. Okay.
Nope.
I was about to say, if he saves here and goes wave 8, green is just in a ton of trouble. But first he has to save this wave 6. Now he does, of course, get the Millennium. There it is. Pretty good unit on wave 6, I would say.
I think it's okay.
It's okay, yeah.
What is Kid K expecting on that wave? He has a Hellraiser that tanks nothing, is not boosted. He adds a Sandbatcher. He's so dead.
Yeah, he's really dead,
Yeah.
actually. He's only getting a Dino
What?
from Bonnie. Bonnie's even doing King upgrades.
Did Bonnie
Yeah.
King up? No.
Oh no.
Oh,
No.
Bonnie.
Oh,
Bonnie giving the
no.
opponents a chance here, it looks like.
Maybe he expected
Yeah.
the shift on 5 for
yeah.
the Kingpin.
Now, Adam's Priestess staying alive,
First
so
I've
that
been
should
it.
be an easy hold for him. Green Spirit. Imagine sending Power Mercs to Green Spirit. It's just the easiest hold of his life. Kid K, he's holding against the Dino King ups of Bonnie.
Wow.
And this thing did tank,
Kid
by the
K
way.
is just holding. Yeah, I don't know why it tanked, but it tanked.
I also don't know why it tanked. I assume it won't really on wave 7. Just wave 6 aggro things.
Game still
Okay.
says it's a little bit in
Ah.
favor for Bonnie and Adames, but I just thought
Yeah.
it feels like it's slid away Kid K and Green Spirit.
I think that the thing is that Adamus is still having a really good game. So he's on 12 workers. He's on pretty... Well, everyone's on pretty much the same income, let's say. But he has the
Yeah.
most Mythium as well.
I would have liked Green Spirit to send just a snail to get the extra worker instead of sticking at 48 gold.
Yeah, it would not have been bad.
Yeah, but no, it chooses to keep his gold.
Green's still not looking amazing on wave 8, but I think he shifted enough gold to get that banana bunk out.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bonnie. Yeah, a
Bonnie has
resend
so
here would have leaked
so
Bonnie for
low
sure.
value. Yeah, but she shifted for the bunk as well.
This is the sort of point in the game where I think I would have been tempted to resend Brutes on wave 7 here against Bonnie Lake. Just maybe anticipating that he tries to greed with Rats and Canopy on wave 7.
Yeah, or because you know it's his strong wave, so he's likely to greed and boom.
Yeah. Alright, here we have a full send from Adams against Green Spirit. He does get the Banana Bunk gold. The thing is, the Mole is pretty good against a Banana Bunk, so let's see. And the rest of his units are pretty weak here. I think even with the bunk, Green might be in a bit of trouble.
And he doesn't have a split tanking with the bunk, so it's gonna take everything.
Kid K, though, he gets a Kingpin out. It's pretty low stacked, but it means that
it is not that much.
he's easily able to cover any leak that might come out from Green Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mole is just reducing so much damage from the bunk.
Yeah,
Well, I
but
think
the
even so,
Doomsday
like-
Mash, the Millennium just helps to kill all the small, the low HP Cobras.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It seems that with the power of value, Green Spirit is able to hold the Mole Send here on wave 8. And Adamus, though, 75% leak to 4 Dragon Turtle. I didn't see that one coming. I guess he just went a little bit greedy
Bonnie's
there.
leaking too.
And Bonnie leaks too. Oh, that's not good for the old dogs.
They leaked to income sense.
Yeah,
And they were supposed to be strong here.
yeah. This game.
I mean,
Here's the Ogre coming
maybe
out from Bonnie now. So Kid K is under a little bit of pressure, but he's going to have so much value.
yeah. But
He
maybe
drops a
Tempest
gate.
Pilgrim is just not a good combo. The synergy is not there.
I mean, Kid K is he's on value.
Bonnie just did the thing that always makes me mauled in solo queue when my teammate is saving into leaking hard against no send into afterwards sending for a leak. While the
Yeah,
enemy
after
got
you've just
so
given
much
100
free
gold
money.
to your opponent, right?
Yeah. Bonnie. The pressure. Now,
But
Green Spirit is
also,
on fire.
Yeah. While we can have a look how Kid K is holding on wave 9, I wanna mention that I think the build of Adamus was not perfect so far, because if you're having caskets behind your priestess, you don't really wanna add so much value in your split. You rather just want to have a very tiny split and have all the value behind the priestess, so the casket can hit more units.
Yeah. That's a reasonable call. Kid K is leaking. It's not terrible, but he can't kill this one to save his life. 78% leak there on Kid. Green, of course, able to cover this in the mid.
But look at his walkers now, 19 already.
Yeah, pretty impressive stuff there from Roman.
Yeah. And he's not Cartel this time, so he will keep his advantage.
And Bonnie gets his Haven out now. The thing is, Haven's really not that good on 10, and definitely not against an Ogre send. And Green's even going to have enough Mythium to send a Hermit with that if he wants to, which I think is a pretty good call. Does he ever get to 100?
It's looking grim. It's looking grim for Bonnie and Adamus.
Yeah. What do you send, Green? It's a Dino. I think I would have preferred a Hermit there, just because this is more of a chance for the Ogre to get sniped.
Yeah.
And now we do see the Canopy attacking the Ogre, so that is going to die very quickly. But it's still going to be enough to leak him pretty decently, I think. Meanwhile, if we look in Adam's lane, he got the 240 send. He's killed all of the sends.
Then we get a 50 shutdown also from
50
Green.
shutdown? Oh, Green Spirit,
Yeah,
no!
50.
50 gold
Imagine.
to a Dino! And Kid K's leaking too.
Everybody's leaking here.
Alright, I mean,
But
this
50
is actually
shutdown on
looking,
wave 12 on wave 10
it's
is...
looking pretty good again now for Bonnie and Adams. They just gained 50
that was
gold.
not horrible.
Yeah.
Both of their
What I
opponents
want...
leak.
What I...
Go ahead, SSP.
Yeah, I was about to say that. No, I would like to see like some mind play with the pawn shop.
Yeah.
To try to turn the game around.
Yeah, something like selling a Haven on 13 and then holding the send with a Phoenix instead is really powerful.
Yeah, for example.
And that the Phoenix that you just mentioned is actually a key factor, because the way this game is going, it very much looks like some big 13 cents again, and there's just one person that has the Phoenix for it, and that's Bonnie. Yep. So yeah, the game might be, or might end up being closer than we just thought 5 minutes ago.
Green Spirit does have the Doomsday though, but yeah, I think that wave 10 was a bit of a turning point. Like, it felt that Kid and Green were miles ahead, and then Green Spirit gives 50 gold shutdown, Kid K leaks as well, Bonnie and Adams hold way better than expected, and the game all of a sudden is really close again.
Oh, Egg by
and Adamus is going for X, and Adamus is also strong on 13 thanks to the Halo.
And this is not even an Adamus egg, which is impressive.
Is it?
As
Or
usual.
It nearly was an Adamus egg. Maybe it is.
Did you jinx it?
I think I might have
you
done.
jinxed
I don't think a Wanderer can kill 3. This is officially an Adamus egg. Whoa!
Why?
I think I've never seen Adamus hold 11 when he plays his egg. And it continues now.
Oh my
Nice
God.
sound.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Adamus getting his egg killed here,
Adamus.
leaking to no send on 11. And that prompts the 12 send from Green and Kid. 12 send into Haven Leviathan though.
Yeah,
Wow.
not sure if it's the right plan though. What is this, man? Are they getting baited?
I think they might be. Bonnie's not even really shifting. He's going to shift 90 to guarantee the Phoenix, but he still makes a Leviathan here.
He should use Hero now, I think. Yeah, he does.
Yes.
Yeah. But he still have a Leviathan with Hero on the Heaven.
And Adamus
there
is
is only
dropping
one
Hero
Ogre, so I
on
don't think
his
it's enough.
split over here.
Yeah.
I think this might be a little bit of a throw now from Kid and Green. They've fallen into the trap there by Adams.
Shifting. They both shift 100 gold here.
You both shift.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at this Azeria. It's all about whether or not she stays alive.
But it's not tanking. It's tanking too small.
Azeria is doing just fine over there. And meanwhile, in Bonnie's lane, that is going to be a bit of a leak, even with the Haven Leviathan. 122%. And
Last unit
Adamus,
alive Haven.
this area's still alive. It does now go down.
Yeah.
Can he kill the ogre? He cannot.
and again.
Oh,
Oh.
It's
I
not
don't
game,
think
but
they die.
yeah,
I
it's...
don't think they die.
Nope. But they are giving so much gold again.
yeah, that was super
And-
unnecessary.
And Green Spirit Hall, he has MPS Doomsday. I mean, what can they do?
Wow. I say I don't think they die, but they came really close. 3% HP remaining for the old dogs.
All for the badge.
Alright. The one thing I will say is that they now have a massive pressure advantage. More than 500 Mythium, both for Bonnie and Adamus. Kid K and Green. They are under some serious pressure now. The problem for Bonnie and Adamus is they can't really push too aggressively because one more leak and it's all over for them.
Yeah. And Kiki and Green have great synergies, like in their builds.
Mhm.
Look at this, the hero APS with the Kingpins on the Badgers. The MPS Doomsday, which is super strong.
I think 16
Yeah,
looks
with all the
really
gold.
good against Kid and Green.
But they cannot wait until 16.
They can't wait until 16, no. No way.
Unless there is a mess somewhere and they failed ascent, but yeah.
I think Kid and Green probably go for a full send here on 14.
Yeah.
I think they can just chill. They can do a couple of king ups and save the Mythium.
Oh,
Yeah.
Green is still on value with hero and Doomsday
Yeah.
APS. I mean, now he's barely under, but that just doesn't matter. He's so strong here.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's
Only
doing a
one stack
casket
on
here,
this
a
thing,
cage instead of the MPS.
yeah. I think he should do this upgrade instead of this upgrade because it just gives one more stack on his Lioness.
Yeah.
Just small things, you know. But yeah, you're right. He's on value. Has Doomsday with hero, with APS. Kid's not looking
Yeah, even
terrible
Kid K
either.
is-
He's got hero Kingpins,
Yeah, only
he's got
minus
badges,
200.
and they do match the
There's the
King
king
spell as well.
ups. Very good.
Right, let's have a little
Yeah,
look.
just to make sure. Yeah.
Caskets both spelling the entire wave is pretty juicy. Doomsday just doing unlimited amounts of damage.
Yeah. And the second Ghost Knight just having no purpose here.
Second Ghost Knight just doing nothing, so easy hold there for Green. If we go over to Kid's lane, how is he doing? He's killing the ogres off very quickly. One more gate spawn as well. I mean, he's doing just fine. It's not quite a full hold from Kid, but it's very good. Or is it just a full
Isn't
hold?
it? I think it's a full hold.
One
Yeah.
gate creep? He's doing it. It's a Hellion with a dream. Wow. Okay. Widderson, you were
Well.
right. And now, Bonnie and Adamus, they're in a very rough spot. Jules is giving them an 18% chance to win, and I think that might be too generous.
Well,
The Adamus egg, guys.
Yeah, the Adamus egg. It's cursed.
yeah. Good
don't-
old Adamus egg.
I don't really see how Bonnie and Adamus can live through Wave 16.
No.
Everyone chilling with their Mythium for now. But I definitely
Well.
expect to see a Wave 16 send coming out from all four players. I'd be very surprised if anyone saves here.
Yeah, they don't need to save it longer.
The Old Dogs King has regenerated. That was down at 3% earlier, remember. It's now on 15. But I don't think 15 is going to be enough to get them through this massive send coming out here on Wave 16.
I don't think so. Maybe if they leak fewer than 100%, they can survive.
Yeah.
Huh? Bonnie going for the second Haven here instead of Phoenix.
I mean, he doesn't really... Yeah, he could go for a
Yeah.
Phoenix. On the hero aura as
Yeah.
well.
Does it matter? I don't think so anyway.
Maybe they're expecting a Wave 17 send, but if so, they're going to be rudely disappointed in a second. And Kid K and Green should both just be fine. I mean, they're probably leaking here, but they're going to win the race for sure.
Mm.
The sends are just way bigger. 1,000
Even if they leak
Mythium.
Sage.
1,000
Even if
missing
there is
for
a
Bonnie.
leak. Yeah.
Here is to
1,000
see
per
the
Adams.
casket damage.
His Phoenix just dies immediately for Bonnie. The Four Eyes shreds it. That's going to be a massive leak from him. If we go and have a look at Adams, he's not doing much better. GG's come out. And here we have a 2-0 advantage for Kid K and Green Spirit. Wow. These guys, they're playing really well.
Clean. It's clean. What can you say? Green Spirit with the perfect shifts, taking the risk in the right moments, staying 150 or over 100 undervalue on 5 just to have the easy hold on wave 6. Very clean, very clean.
Very nicely played there. And you're right, he would have been in a bit of trouble, I think, on wave 5. He's 100 under, like you say. If Adams just sends him a Hermit there, he's leaking the entire wave.
Yeah.
But then like this...
If Bonnie goes double brood again on wave 6 against Kid K, it's instead of a full hold like 80-90% league most likely.
Yeah. Probably even if he just sends a lizard with his dino as well, it has the same effect. So,
yeah, but somehow
really
Kid K didn't add anything, so maybe he expected the Kingpin, as you said.
And then we see Green Spirit holding the 200 tryhard send on 8, while Bonnie and Adams both leak to income, and from there the game just feels really hard. Like, sure, Kid K leaks a bit on 9, but it doesn't matter, there's no king damage. Everybody leaks on 10, and maybe this was a comeback for Bonnie and Adams, because they got the 50 gold shutdown as well.
But the egg...
But then this really unexpected wave 12 send, they send into Leviathan with Hero and Haven, and Bonnie still leaks 122% there. And that's got to just be the game-winning play, really, this wave 12 send. We see they managed to hobble on for a few more waves, but yeah, wave 16, it's all over.
At least one of them should have built full on wave 12 after that insanely slow wave 11.
Yeah.
And I think Bonnie has to raise the split for a good amount on wave 12 in any case. And he also doesn't need to shift, because if they send on 13, I'm pretty sure he still gets the Phoenix out.
Yeah. And for Adams, right? Like Adams, I think he shifted 100 gold. If he drops... Oh, he doesn't have Buckler in his role anymore, but maybe he just like upgrades the consort or something. Then he's most likely just full holding. Because it's all about the Azaria staying alive as long as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, nicely played. Kid K, Green Spirit. 2-0 advantage. Very exciting stuff. So we do need Bonnie and Adams to win the next game. We can't have the grand final be a 3-0 sweep, right, guys?
Yeah, for sure. Sure. I'm very much hoping for a comeback now. And I really want to see Bonnie and Adams get a bit more income heavy. They should realize that it's not a good idea to send power mercenaries against Green Spirit. And maybe they will just try going a bit more income heavy.
All right, it looks like we've got a quick break on our hands for the players, so maybe we can talk a bit about the mindset now of Bonnie and Adams. I know we touched on this after game 1, but surely the panic is kicking in now. They're 2-0 down, everything to play for in this next game. But it's not just this next one. They need to clean sweep now. They have to win all 3 of the next games, because one more mistake means that Kid K and Green Spirit are our November champions. So all of the pressure really on Bonnie and Adams. Meanwhile, Kid and Green, they have to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, one thing that is going into the direction of Bonnie and Adams is that Green Spirit and Kid K can't use the mastermind options that they just used. Green Spirit now used his cash out and now used his cartel. So I think it's greed that is left for him. Not sure about Kid K's options, but at least they got them off their favorite options now.
That's true. And that is one really nice thing with the Conquest format, right? Like, it does force players to mix it up, especially when it comes to the best of 5 grand final, right? Like, they have to play some mastermind options that they're maybe not too familiar with from the ladder. And I really like the way that kind of mixes up the tournament format a little bit.
Yeah, it spices things up. And Maybe we could even see some Fiesta, since like they feel they are ahead, feel confident. So maybe we can see Fiesta from Green or Kid K.
I don't think Kid or Green are Fiesta players really.
Yeah.
And not in the tournament
I don't
format
know.
anyway. I think they would play about with it on the ladder, but I don't expect these guys to whip it out in the match-winning game of Nova Cup finals. But maybe I'll be
Why
mistaken.
not?
Who knows?
Fiesta or no balls, you know?
Yeah, Fiesta or no balls, absolutely. But I think Green will show us that he has, in fact, 0 balls and probably go with the green pick like Mr. Widderson. Yes, as well. All right, I think we're just waiting for Kid K to get back now.
I gotta say though, this game again was a bit of a role diff. Like Green and Kid K had very strong roles. They both had an APS. Green had a very strong AoE role, and Kid K had Kingpins, APS, and Gates later on with Hero. I don't like Bonnie's opener so far. One game he opened with a Sky Queen, which is definitely not an S and definitely not an A tier opener. And he opened with Pilgrim this game, which is like worst tier opener.
But I don't know if that's a role diff or a decision diff, because Bonnie had the Gate Guard, he had the Pack Rats.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
he could have gone a different route and been just fine.
He had such a great role. Yeah. True.
Yeah.
I think Bonnie's
room with the
initial role
warg
was
is
great.
fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of the caster's padding.
Well,
Enough, I
too
say.
late.
Because, guys, Twitch chat, game number 3. This one's for all the marbles. Can Bonnie and Adams bring the series back, or will Kid K and Green Spirit just go for a 3-0? Game number 3, here it is. Right, we have the double cartel there, Adamus and Kid K. Bonnie playing the cash out. So big early game powerhouses there for Bonnie and Adams. Green Spirit hasn't picked yet. And there's the greed.
Yeah.
Nice read there, Widderson.
I did my analysis.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Yeah, you did your homework.
Okay, Bonnie certainly has a good role this game. He has the cash out Nightmare, which is a nice 5-worker start. He has Seraphim for 3, or Infiltrator if you want to go that route. He has the Mudman for 5. He's got Gate as well in the role. I think he's got pretty good options, and Vampire as a spell is pretty nice, but he just goes for the Crusher opener.
Yeah,
he doesn't even take a Nightmare.
Yeah, Crusher cash out is he's really good.
Bonnie doesn't like Nightmare, and that might just be a disadvantage. You have to be open to the different units in such competitive games.
And Kid K has a fantastic role, by the way. He has Flying Force with a bunk. And he has that gargoyle to protect wave 3.
This is good.
Yeah, really good. You can go 6 workers, right, with the Flower and the Angler and just get the Bounty Hunter on 4.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're also so strong on wave 5 with Bounty Hunter and Flower already, so you could either try shifting there, or he doesn't even need to shift with the Graal. He can just get a Graal and sell it for a Kingpin.
Now, Adamus does get a free 6 gold here with his Flower build, and Kid K maybe faking Fiesta with the Windhawk opener.
Yeah, maybe.
Gets the 11th creep as well. You know it's a skillful Windhawk player when they kill 11 creeps on one.
For sure.
And Bonnie does go for the resend, so maybe he is anticipating a Fiesta play. But we see that Kid K is going to drop.
He's going to be disappointed.
Yeah. Well, this might still be a leak if Bonnie gets the second snail, which I think he does. He went 6 workers.
Yeah, with the 6, he definitely can get it. This is the power of the Bone Crusher cash out. Or Bone Crusher 6 workers in general.
Oh, and this is really good, by the way. We've been talking about the other players' roles, but Adam's, the Flower Seedling, is actually incredible for the early game. Like, the added DPS from these little tier 1 units is just insane when paired with a Flower. Let's have a look at Kid. He did get the 40 cent.
Couldn't he just push to 6 workers and add one of the seedlings? Or is
he
that
could,
not enough?
He could, but I think he's probably scared. He thinks Kid K might be playing Fiesta. He's maybe expecting like a 6-worker DT resend on 2.
At least he pushed now. Bonnie also pushed to 6 workers of nothing.
Yeah, he
Of-
might
of
be
the
in trouble
kingdom.
on wave 3, actually. Both players have 60 Mythium. There's a Fiend from both of them. All right, let's see how these guys do. Now, Adamus should be fine, right?
Lots of workers overall here. Everybody's at 6 or even 7 for green.
Green on 7 workers. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
But he doesn't need to build here, and he can just get that bounty on
Nope.
4, like we said.
Yeah, because worst case scenario, he leaks like the GT or the Sand.
Yep.
And he just needs to get the Bounty Hunter for 4.
Here's an 80 Mythium
Yeah.
send on wave 3
80
against
on Bonnie.
He's not tanking the
That
Fiend. Oh,
can
now the
hurt.
Fiend's going to tank. I just don't know if he has
Oh.
the DPS to kill that or not.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
The Infiltrator
Oh,
might be
Bonnie.
enough to get through it, but the... Oh, man, that's going to be a big leak. He
Oh.
does just kill it, but still, that's a 94% leak on
Oh,
Bonnie.
no.
Adamus holds
What?
his send at least, so there is that.
Ah, he's giving stacks to Adamus. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really, really unfortunate. And he's 6 worker advantage now. He's just doomed.
Oh, wow.
It's
Okay, we
just
get...
as you said earlier, Penny. This is just a decision-making diff. He could just have had a Nightmare and a Seraphim here on wave 3.
Yep.
Instead, he has a Crusher, 4 Bone Warriors, and an Infiltrator on his board.
Yeah, exactly. So he was presented with the tools and he chose not to use them.
Yeah.
All right, but here's a pretty big resend now from Bonnie and Adamus. There's 100 Mythium walking into Green Spirit's lane. He does get that Bounty Hunter, of course. And the other thing to talk about is that the flower means it's very unlikely he ever attacks the Dino, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a huge send. It's a 120 send.
Even
and green
120.
100
Yeah.
under value.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But yeah,
Part is, he's probably not gonna focus the Dino.
yeah, the flower's doing its job. As long as the split moves over before the Bounty Hunter gets on the Dino, which it does. So he never has to
Yeah.
attack the Dino. It probably just leaks the Dino and nothing else.
And the snail. I think he doesn't kill the snail either. Yeah.
Kid holds his lane as well. Green Spirit leaks very
Yeah.
small to the 120 send. He's happy with that. He now has 8 workers. So does Kid.
Yeah. But so far, Kid has been clearing every bunny sand, and he's carted, so he's at a big advantage at the moment in terms
Yeah.
of gold.
Bonnie is managing to keep up in the workers, though. He has 8 workers of his own. He has the Hermit send from Kid into a Dams on 5. Now
He does get the Canopy, right?
he does not
Nope.
get the canopy. Okay, he sells the seedling.
Good, good, good.
Yeah, that's pretty important that he gets that canopy here. So he's on 535 value. The canopy is an absolute beast. The flowers will tank for days, even though they won't do too much damage through the Hermit, and I think Adamus should just be fine. Oh, Bonnie's going very risky on this wave, by the way. 369 value.
Yeah.
Shifting
And
70.
that's just 2 snails. This is just 2 snails, but
Snails
I
are
mean-
pretty good against this unit.
yeah, but the
With
Crusher
an-
is taking everything. He's not gonna survive.
Uh-oh,
Is
With
he
an
even killing the
archer.
boss here?
Did he have enough to kill the Scorpion on 5?
He's not even killing the boss here.
Oh,
Look at this.
he did.
Oh,
He just
Oh.
gets it. He just gets it.
69. 69 leak.
69 there for Bonnie. Nice. Adams, how are
Don't
you
go
doing?
full suicide.
Yeah.
Just add something to kill Scorpion King in 5. and then you're
I see
killing.
Bonnie's been reading all of the guides.
At least Adamus is holding. Very
Yeah,
good.
that's pretty
Yeah,
close.
the wave is so long.
The way's really long, and Adams has 10
Yeah.
workers.
Yeah.
Wave
And
5.
Bonnie's medium is quite high actually. He has 120 already.
When do they want to send? 6 looks really good against green. There's the Drakes, and okay,
Oh.
so it's just income from Bonnie and
Yeah.
Adams.
Yeah. But Drake is not that bad given he needs to send against a natural armor unit.
Yeah,
Gate on 6.
Gate on 6, pretty good there from green.
Yeah.
And Widderson, you mentioned this before the game as well. Bonnie and Adams want to go for more income sends. They realise that they don't want to be sending power mercs into Green Spirit. And so far they have done that.
Yeah. But it it's only good if you manage to hold your lane.
And with these brute resends, I'm not sure that Bonnie and Adams will be able to hold. I think Adams should.
Yeah, but the user is talking for a long time, but
Bonnie's
it's
leaking
definitely
really
not enough.
badly.
And Bonnie's leaking. Oh,
Even with that Yuzora that he added in the
so
split, that's an
big again.
80% leak. And Adamus, I think his Canopy's got this. It has,
yeah,
but it's not going
Canopy.
to cover.
Canopy is just super good on 6 with the regen and the damage.
The Drake
Canopy
does
is just
sneak
super
through in
good.
Kid K's lane, so that's something at least for Bonnie and Adams. But yeah, it's not perfect. I will say that Adams is having a fantastic game. He's on 13 workers now. He has the most income by a decent margin. He's having a really nice game.
Yeah, and he just keeps income sending.
I hope he's
Meanwhile,
full
Bonnie.
here. Because Green just overgreeds here. He has so many bad units, and he has no chance of getting a good board here.
Actually, like, all of Green's units are bad on this wave.
Yeah. Except the 2 slimes he just added, but yeah, in terms of damage.
Let's see if Adams wants to full send here. He's going to have another 40.
Please. Please. Send.
Yes, Styles.
Good.
Bonnie full sends too, the Brute and DT.
Alright. How is he doing here?
Ooh, the
go have a
Violet
look.
is tanking everything.
Yeah, the Violet dies way too quick there for Kid K. That's going to be a bit of a leak for him, I think. And Green Spirit, how do you do? He's just tanking perfectly with his Gate and his Bounty Hunter, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah. The Tempest are doing a really good job here. I think he will clear with the
he does.
Small split here.
Yeah.
With the
Fire Archer just perfectly off tanking. Okay, Green
nice
Spirit
one.
leaks 62%, so it could have been much worse actually.
Yeah. And Kid K now with the big pressure onto Adames.
Yeah, he has 200 Mythium. He's just going for an income send. Interesting.
Yeah.
Kid K has 15 workers on wave 7. That's pretty impressive stuff.
Well, he has received like income almost every wave from Bonnie without leaking, and he has Cartel, so.
There's the Gate edition from Adamus. He's expecting a wave 9 send? I think he might go for a bit of a leak here.
Oh no.
Oh, what?
And by a bit of a leak, I think he may be leaking somewhere around 100%.
Yeah,
full sends now with his 60
not
Mythium.
looking good at all.
Yeah, he does. I think Adams is going to go for a bit of a leak.
Yeah.
The flowers are just never going to touch the wave. The ping on the Gate comes out. Green and Kid feeling pretty good about their decision to send here. Canopy, it's still alive once it reaches the wave, so the 100% is not coming out. And if we have
It's
a look
alive,
at
but
Bonnie,
it's not enough.
I think Bonnie's holding his first send of the game here, it looks like, with the Dino King up. Yeah. Adams did better than I expected, but it's still a 58% leak. The positive side is that Kid K also leaks here to 3 DCs. But Green and Kid...
part, Green is gonna be over 20 workers now.
Yeah.
Because he just got his Kingpin power spike.
Yeah.
And he can push more.
Yeah, this game's looking pretty good already for Kid and Green, I think. Okay, so what does Bonnie and Adams need to do to bring this one back? Like, Adams' game is still going just fine, but Bonnie's really starting to fall behind now. If you look at his workers, he's way behind the other players. His income is also falling behind. How do these guys turn it around?
Green actually pushed only 1 out of the 200 gold he had.
Yeah, he's still Green Spirit, right?
He's still Green Spirit.
Yeah. Classic.
But he just wants to be like really high value. He probably gets the Hellgate on 10, and then he's got a free venture, like even if Bonnie and Adams keep saving.
Yeah.
But at the same time, does he actually need to take that much of risks, you know? He's ahead, he's in
True.
shutdown.
Yeah, it's probably a good decision. He's about to win the Nova Cup with his playstyle, so
yeah,
it's nothing that
let's not risk
should,
it.
Take criticism for him.
And we've got to remember as well, in the previous game, he fed 50 gold shutdown on wave 10, and it turned like a really one-sided game into a kind of close game. So maybe he just doesn't want that to happen again now. He's just playing it slow and steady, wins the race. And I think, yeah, these guys are pretty comfortable in their position at the moment.
Yeah, true.
Who was Green Spirit playing the tournaments with before?
I think he's mixed it up a bit. Maybe played a couple with Boone. I think he played the early months with Tyrion, but then he kind of just
Tyrion
disappeared.
stopped. Yeah, Tyrion was his mate also for the LIHL, if I remember, but
True, yeah.
kinda stopped playing.
Yeah. All right, here comes the wave 11 Sengs, and it's a massive one from Green. There's a siege ram into Bonnie. Don't know how Bonnie's going to cope with that. He's going to go for Mudmen and Harden, but I think he's just in a bit of trouble. Bonnie will be on value at least, so that helps. And the Ghost Knight from Kid K is just devastating against all of this impact damage in Adamus lane. But Adams is also on value when he finishes building. And Vampire Gates...
Yes, Vampire Gates.
Yeah, not to be laughed at.
Yeah, Vampire, Ocean Templar Gate. This is insane.
This is insane.
That's
The Ghost Knight will go
The
left.
Starcaller also. And the Starcaller also.
Bonnie takes the Venture, by the way.
Wow.
Is he
I think
hard?
they need
Can he
to take
harden?
risks.
He does harden. He fully hardens.
Yeah, but I feel like at this point, I feel like they need to take risks, you know, to come back,
Yeah,
especially Bonnie. So it might not be the worst idea.
It's just so hard to do that, though, right? Like, you're two games down.
Yes. Yeah,
I think you're
so
right.
far.
Like, he has to take a risk, but it's just such a tough call to make.
Yeah, but so far the Archer has been clearing a lot of the wave.
Yeah.
And not going on the ram, so he's not doing that bad.
The Ram will die, so Bonnie, like, he's leaking, sure, but it's really not bad. And meanwhile, Adams?
Yeah, Adam is clearing. Easily clearing. Yeah,
The
Bonnie
overbuild.
looking super small actually. He's
The
looking
overbuild
super small.
works. The 2k value on 11 with Vampire. It's good enough.
That was good for Bonnie and Adamus, but also Kid K took Venture and was holding the full send by Bonnie.
Yes.
So it's just an even outcome here, I would say.
And if you look at the workers as well, there's a pretty clear lead. Although having said that, Adamus is keeping up.
No.
In fact, he now has more.
It's actually even 23-26 and 25-24.
It's due to the act that
okay.
Green just placed.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I
and
didn't
Kid
see
K.
the egg, yes.
Okay. I think that's a really good play there from Green because he's very strong on 13 with his lifesteal gates. And the egg value is just going to carry him over the line. I think he doesn't need to push too much to break Bonnie. Although maybe when the Venture Gold kicks in, that's going to change the equation.
Yeah. I'm curious to see if they try and break that now, but they probably shouldn't.
No, I think it's a trap. I think if they try to break that, Green Spirit's on crazy high value. Even with the egg, he's going to be overvalued probably. And yeah, Bonnie and Adams, they don't fall for the trap. They save their Mythium here. I think that's a good call. There's the second Hellgate from Green. Like, you see he's plus 97 value, so even with the egg here, I think he does just fine. We have a 50 gold shutdown on Green Spirit. And Jules giving just an 8% edge. So not too much in it.
Yeah. It's pretty close.
Is it gonna be 14 cents? Are Adamus and Bonnie forced?
I don't know. They both shifted gold here, so they
I
can
don't
have
know.
really high value for 14. But Green is just going to be like plus 500 for a wave 14 send if that comes out. So this is some good old quality overbuild and starve.
Yeah, and yeah, full send. Still full send.
Yeah, everybody sends. Everybody sends.
Yeah.
Alright. So, let's have a look. Green Spirit is very heavily valued here.
Overvalue.
Yeah. It's fine.
He's plus
Yeah,
117.
There is
You
no
can
way
just-
that green leaks here. No.
Yeah.
Here's the new and improved melee Ocean Templar, by the way. So that's going to tank for the gates.
Ooh, he has a sovereign.
Yeah. Yeah, he has
Adamus
3
is
tier
gonna
6
hold.
unit now.
Adam's going to hold, yeah, for sure. Like he
Yeah,
has.
he's not that. Everybody's not that far under. Adamus is the lowest by minus 325, but it's still okay with the Ocean Templar.
Even Bonnie,
But
like
maybe
he's got his
our-
hardened golems
Yeah.
here. He has the Trinity Archer with a Dark Mage buff, just spitting out the DPS. I think most players are going to do fine, if not just full hold for all 4.
Yeah, maybe Kid K is gonna leak some.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
Kid
Kid K's
K's going to
gonna
leak
leak.
some, but he's not on fire. And Green Spirit, who
Yeah.
is just very comfortably clearing the wave. This is not even
Yeah.
close. He's still got like 2,000 value alive.
Yeah,
Bonnie
did Adamus
does
even
leak.
send something?
Yeah, Bonnie leak only
And
75%.
Adamus clearing again?
He is, but he's not going to cover mid.
Nope.
There will be king damage on the side of the old dogs, whereas Green Spirit, he will be able to cover all of his teammates' leak there. So this trade does go in favour of FC Lucy, drash, 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 drash.
Yeah.
They're down to 63%. But let's see what Jules has to say about that. He's saying 61% favour for Kid K and Green. That feels about right to me, honestly. It's not completely one-sided, but they certainly have a lead.
Yeah.
I think it's even more one-sided than it shows because Kid K and Green Spirit have the suicide angle. Kid K can just push into Adamus,
Oh, yeah.
while Adamus
Yeah.
is also the holder so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Green Spirit doesn't really need to push too hard to break Bonnie.
Yep.
He also has a crazy roll, by the way. Lifesteal, Ocean Templar, Gates, and eggs as well, just for the tank value. It's almost obscene how strong his roll is in the late game.
Yeah, both Adamus and Green Spirit have super strong rolls. And even Kid K, he has like decent synergy with the Flying Force.
Yeah.
Only Bonnie is a bit like behind with the rolls because he doesn't have any aura to buff the gates.
And they are going for 16
Or
cent.
the-
So
or the
Green Spirit
archers.
with the egg here. Let's see if he's going to live to regret that. He has got death cap options. There's
I
the
don't
death
think
cap.
so.
What else do you build? He gets a second death cap. Okay, so 2 death
Yeah.
caps on the wave.
I
And
think
he
he's
is
more than
undervalued.
fine.
He's 350 undervalue if you count the egg.
Yeah.
But I just think this combination of units is obscene, especially with this on top.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And meanwhile, Kid K, sure, he's undervalued, but he's got 2 Arc Tears, he's got Leviathans for damage, and they're going to do some King spell as well. Right, this is important now. 680 Mythium for Kid, 740 for Green. I think if they hold here, or at least hold well enough, the game's just over in their favour.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at Green. I actually expect him to just full hold even
Well-
with the egg, and it looks like that is the case.
Green's not
Yeah.
even close to.
Yeah,
To
the
leak.
gates are even getting off another spawn. He's just very comfortably holding.
Yeah.
Kid K,
Even
I mean,
Kid K is leaking super small. Yeah.
he's going to leak, but really small, and Green is just not even in danger in the mid. He won't even lose his egg. Wow.
Yeah.
Guys, I think we
I think-
can pretty much close the lid on this Nova Cup finals.
Sad.
Yeah,
Three-
that
Yeah,
is a
clean-
bit sad.
clean swipe.
It's been a while, actually, since we had a 3-0 in the grand finals. Like, normally these go to all 5 games, which is pretty pog.
Yeah. When was the last time you got to see a 3-0?
I think it was a good few months ago.
It was King and me beat Lucy and Drachia 3-0, like 3 months ago, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
quite
okay.
remember when it was.
I mean, Kid K and Green are just really putting on a show for us today.
Phew.
Mm,
Yep.
yeah.
And this
That
game
was
doesn't
just
even feel
flawless
close.
overall. That was just flawless overall.
Yeah, they play really well. I see there's a lot of Green Spirit / Roman supporters in the Twitch chat as well. There's a lot of memes going on in there. It's great
Yeah,
to see
I love
people get
this.
behind the teams like this.
Yeah. Even Ashton is in the chat.
He just needs to come back in the game as well.
Yeah.
And here comes
Yeah,
the
I've learned
send.
that.
Surely this is the game-ending send now. There's well over 1,000 Mythium from both Kid K and Green. Bonnie and Adams, how do you hope to hold this? Bonnie can spam Orchids and obviously boost, so that's something at least. Adams, what is your
Krakens?
what is your play, Mr. Adams? He's got the Star Caller, he's got some Disciples for damage. I kind of think you just need tank value, though, rather than Disciples. Something to keep the gates alive long enough. They're getting the King upgrade, but that feels a bit optimistic to me at this point. Bonnie, please can you harden? Please can you harden, Bonnie?
Come on.
Come on, Bonnie.
At least try. Can you
Press the
try at
button.
least? And nope.
Oh no. 1,600 Mythium for Bonnie, 1,720 for
sense.
Adams. How are they
Small
going to
sends are
do?
fine.
Oh, they're both 1,000 undervalue. And Adam's front line is just melting. The gates won't be able to get off their full value. It looks like the wave does reach the gates. Now that's going to be a bit of a leak from him. And meanwhile, Bonnie, he's going down as well. They're doing okay, but it's just not going to be enough. 176 there for Bonnie, 178 for Adams. And I think this is the end of their Nova Cup journey. GG comes out from Bonnie. GG, congrats from Adams. Great sportsmanship there from the team of the Old Dogs. And Green Spirit and Kid K are your November champions. Congratulations, guys.
GG's.
Well, just GG's was, perfect play, perfect gaming, and
Oh,
clean 3-0.
guys, can I show you the
very
graph?
deserved win. Very deserved.
Can I show you the win probability graph? They were just in a massive lead the entire game. There was a very small dip on wave 2, and then Bonnie leaks the entire wave on 3, and the game just gets harder from there. There's leaks, there's chip damage, there's this massive send on 11, so signs of life because Bonnie and Adams do really well there. But then 14 happens, and then with the 16 send, Kid and Green just easily holding into this enormous game-winning send on 18. Just incredible play there from Kid K and Green Spirit. You love to see it. Now, guys, I think I should
SSP.
try and get a winner's interview.
I thought it was it would be a lot closer than this, but yeah, I got the prediction wrong.
Yeah, I also didn't think it would be that clear, honestly.
Yeah, I thought it might be close. I certainly thought that Bonnie and Adams would take at least one game. But yeah, Green and Kid just played absolutely out of their minds. I'm trying to get Green and Kid K in here for a winner's interview with us. So hopefully you guys have got some nice questions, because that was a pretty quick 3-0 series. And here is Kid K, and here is Green Spirit. Roman, God Gamer. Roman, Green Spirit. I can use his first name because we're tight like that. Yeah, I know top 10 players, but it's whatever to me.
You copy pasta from Afma.
Yeah.
But we are tight like that.
Guys, amazing play. What a series. Just a really clean 3-0 victory from you two. Very well played.
Yeah, that was actually pretty clean.
Yeah.
Like
We
first
got one game the whole tournament.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We only lost one game, true.
Yeah, that was
really rough
Mr. Buzz, right?
Pang and Mr. Buzz played incredibly well.
They played really well, yeah. They nearly knocked you out, actually. I think your semi-final seemed to be a more difficult matchup than your grand final.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't want to sound disrespectful, but I actually feared that matchup the most. Not not because lack of player skill, but because of the play styles.
Yep.
For me, it's just way more difficult to play against Piney and Mr. Buzz. I don't know how you feel about that, Kid.
Yeah, I agree. I also think we kind of got lucky that Piney doesn't play left side Poda. Poda mask.
Yeah, true.
I think if he does that, then we're in a tough spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw the role, I was not very happy with my life, I gotta say. But when I saw the mask, but when I saw it was right side, I was sure to full send on 4.
Yeah, but I don't want to skip over Adams and Bonnie. They deserve to be in that final. They're really tough opponents, and
Oh yeah.
Bonnie gets a lot of shit, but Bonnie's a good player, and Adams is obviously just an insane.
Yeah, I mean Adamus is a beast. Like some newer players might not know him, but he's smurfing the ladder since before I was born.
We talked about him a little bit before the series, actually. Like, he has a very well decorated tournament history, especially with this handsome young man in the top right corner. Like, these guys have won their fair share of tournaments together before Team Abrasiet was even a thing.
Yeah, true. The
But
banana
I mean,
boys.
the grand finals was pretty incredible. Like, it was a 3-0 sweep, but certainly the first 2 games were both very close fought and could have gone either way. Game 3 actually felt like the most one-sided of the entire series, to me at least. Like, you guys were just ahead from start to finish. That was a very, very clean game, very nice.
I felt like the second game was quite clear too. The first one was really tight, but I don't know, like maybe it's different with the caster view, but in the second game I felt very confident throughout the entire game.
Yeah, you were certainly ahead, but then in game 2, there was a big turning point on wave 10 where you guys full sent and they income sent, and they leaked small and you leaked as well to the income sends, but you also gave a 50 gold shutdown. And then I think the game was pretty even again. Like, without that leak on 10 from you guys, game 2 was really one-sided as well. But because of that wave 10, maybe it became a bit closer then.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but I'm also like in a 5 or 7 worker lead compared to either of them. So I kind of, the time is on my side, and then obviously the egg incident of 2022 happened.
Adamus egg. I jinxed it as well, by the way. I was calling, is this going to be an Adamus egg? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. And then it was an Adamus egg after all.
Yeah, we were chatting the whole time, and we were like, "Oh, I don't know if we're supposed to send on 12. Like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the ogre out for it because I was lower workers there, and I'm the one who has to break the ogre builder with the 8.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm easily leaking Bonnie. Can you leak Adamus? Like, he has an egg, he has no damage there. Can you make it? And then the wave was just so long, we were really surprised that they didn't send.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, Bonnie even built for 13, so he felt confident, I guess, because he had a Haven and a Leviathan, but...
Yeah, they both shifted 100 gold there, by the way.
That is
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, he...
Yeah, they probably felt overconfident with Bonnie's build.
Yeah, he had the Haven, he had the Leviathans, he was probably just pretty sure you guys go 13.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a 500 cent, right?
Yeah, 500 is a lot of Mythian.
Yeah. And the mole counters, like, every good unit he has.
Yeah. And the Ogre is pretty solid as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Guys, can you tell us, do you have, first of all, do you have a clear shot caller? And second of all, what makes you guys together work so good in comparison to your former teammates?
Oh, I mean, pretty easy to answer. I mean, we're both kind of sharing the part of shot calling, but I think I'm kind of like doing more calls and running them by Kid K, but like Kid K also offers a lot of calls, and I think what makes us good together is our communication. Like we talk about the game from wave 1, what we're planning to do, where we're weak, and we just constantly talk and have like a similar play style, which is like fast and aggressive, but also we can also like slow it down if we need to.
Yeah, I agree. I will say, go ahead.
Yeah, we like to dictate the pace of the game, and I think we synergize very well in that regard.
Yeah, and I will say also, there's a lot of discussion all the time, especially in Toykin's server and everywhere. But maybe the one person that I've talked the most Legion TD with is Green Spirit by a huge margin. I mean, I'm not really a duo player. Green, I guess he duos with somebody in this chat occasionally. But if there's one person that I know that, like, you know, both of us pretty much think about the game in the exact same way. We have pretty much the exact same thoughts, and when we don't, we talk about it all the time. I think there's been many times where I'll send Green a screenshot of a send that I did, and they'll be like, "Oh, you should try this," and I'll be like, "Oh, of course. Why wouldn't I do that?" You know.
Yeah. Kid K was talking to me a lot when he started out in the game, and I think Kid K is an incredibly underrated player. I think he's actually really good, but I don't know, people like confuse ladder elo with skill for some reason. I don't really know why, but yeah, I think Kid K carried me incredibly well in this tournament. He played really well.
I think you both played really well, and whatever's going on with that team synergy is clearly working, because you guys had a fantastic tournament run this month.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you.
It's been a real pleasure to cast your games, actually.
It has been a real pleasure to be playing them.
Yeah, you guys have casted almost all of them, no?
Yeah, you were our biggest fans. You followed us around everywhere we went. I was actually surprised that you were casting us in the semifinals, because you casted us yesterday, so I thought.
But we also casted
Slickins
and Quacker from yesterday as well, so it was an even toss up. But the only people we didn't see was Buzz and Piney, so I wanted to make sure we got them on the cast. So that was actually more in honor of Mr. Buzz and Piney.
Sure. Now you're trying to make it sound as if we were not the reason, but chat knows we were.
Yeah.
A hidden reason.
Yeah, it's been a really cool tournament, actually, and a nice bonus for you guys as well. The $300 first place prize is pretty juicy, so well done for that. Very well earned, by the way. Mr. Widderson's going to miss out on his cash this month, unfortunately.
Sad.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to face you, King, in the finals.
I'm glad I didn't have to face you today.
That's some respect there from Widderson.
Yeah, recently games have been really good. Like, I have to give some credit to Shay. Like, he motivated me to play a bit more. By not playing the game at all.
Well, I tell you what, it's certainly going to be a very interesting 2023 Nova Cup season, because we should get you two guys back in there for sure, and maybe you'll have a chance to face off against Widderson and King Dans and Drakir and Lucy and all of the other star teams when we come back next year for some more Nova Cup action. This is sadly drawing to the end of the 2022 Nova Cup season. This will be our last tournament of the month, so it's fantastic that we get some new blood winning the cup this month. Another big accolade there for you guys. But yeah, guys, I think we are coming to the end of the stream.
I just wanted to say, Penny, I want to thank you, especially every month. You know, your voice just warms all of us in the community. I want to thank a special shout out to NATO Dog. Huge shout out to American Honey, and also to Schnerd. This tournament is not easy to organize. I don't know if the people in the chat are in the official Legion Discord, but sometimes you get some very irate people, or people who are just very confused that don't want to watch or read the sign-up instructions. And that team of three are just they handle it all, and they handle it really well. And it's I don't know, it's great to have such a small community, but also just to be so well run. And you know, I'm never worried about the TOs or anything like that. So just wanted to say thank you to you guys for basically a year of just excellent work.
Oh, kids, that really means a lot. And yeah, I absolutely second that. The tournament organisers behind the scenes, they put in a lot of work. I can't understate just how much work those guys do behind the scenes to make sure everything runs smoothly. And remember, this is like a free-to-enter tournament, so it does take a lot of community involvement to make sure that everything runs according to plan. And just massive respect to those guys for everything that they do. Yeah.
Massive thanks, definitely.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be able to end the stream without giving a massive shout out as well to my beautiful twin SSP and the handsome lad up there in the corner, Widderson, for joining me on the cast today. I think we had a really nice caster panel today. Great to get Widderson on here as well because, of course, he's normally playing. So this was a rare chance to get him on the stream. And I think we made it work very well. Twitch chat, I hope you enjoyed yourselves as well. And yeah, what can I say? It's an emotional finish, but that is our November Nova Cup concluded. And not just November, it's the 2022 Nova Cup series ended as well. Ended on a bang, I've got to say. Green and Kid K, fantastic winners this month. And guys, just make sure you're still around in January because it's all going to happen all over again.
Woohoo!
Do we have any final words from SSP and Widderson before I end the stream?
Well, thank you for the shoutouts. First, my twin brother, and yeah, I hope to lose more Nova Cups in the next year so I can co-cast with you again.
Yeah, I just gotta agree with the words that Kid K just had towards Penny and towards all the organizers. You guys are doing a great job all the time. And yeah, we gotta really appreciate that. So thanks to everybody for always having those great tournaments every month.
Awesome. All right, guys. I think these guys have said everything that needs to be said. So on that note, I'm going to end the stream, and we will see you guys next year. Goodbye.
Goodbye.